week of the season being here in Royse City. Tell us a little bit about the Bulldogs.
Well, they're really good. You know, they're much improved from last year. Got the quarterback back, got 2 big receivers, got a couple offensive linemen. Defensively, they got both inside linebackers, a couple of secondary guys, so they're going to be a much improved football team. We think it's going to be a lot better football game than it was last year.
Well, Coach, you mentioned, I saw something in the newspaper, taking care of yourself. If you do the little things, whichever team doesn't make mistakes tonight, probably going to be the team that wins. Tell us about this Marshall Mavericks football team, the 2015 version.
Yeah, we think that we're pretty, we got a lot of experience coming back ourselves. Not too many people can boast that they got a 4-year starting quarterback coming back, 1,500-yard rusher, 1,000-yard rusher, and so a number of receivers, offensive linemen with 3 offensive line coming back. So we've got a lot of players coming back ourselves. Defensively, got a number of guys coming back, A-Dub, Washington, Micah Smith, DeAndre Osborne. So we've got a lot of guys that have played a lot of football games ourselves. Like you said earlier, it'll be the team that'll, makes the least amount of mistakes, turnovers, penalties. That'll be the team that'll win it tonight.
Coach, a pretty cool scrimmage last week against Tyler Lee, a 6A opponent. Y'all really handled them very well on offense, did some great things on defense. Were you pleased coming out of that scrimmage?
Yeah, I was pleased, first off, that we didn't get any injuries. That's always what you want to try to get out of a scrimmage. You've kind of seen that in the last couple of days in the NFL with guys, losing guys for the season. So that's the first thing I was pleased with. We got out of there without getting anybody hurt, so we're full go tonight. Second thing is we played fairly well. Got some guys into the secondary, and that's what I've been telling Jamie. If we can get guys into the back end, our offensive line can get our guys to that second level, we're going to be pretty hard to stop.
Well, Coach, year 3, are you ahead of where you thought you'd be? Are you on pace with where you thought you'd be? Give me some thoughts on that.
Let me tell you at the end of the year.
Oh, there you go. Coach me. Hey, Coach, thanks very much. Good luck tonight.
Thanks, Jason. Appreciate it.
Again, tonight's Keys to the Game brought to you by Porta John. For all events, portable toilets plus heated and air-conditioned dressing rooms, visit portajohn.com. That's port-a-john.com. And that's, again, tonight's keys to victory here in game number 1 of this 2015 football season. Chase, now, did he say anything to you that surprised you?
Not really. I was a little got a little tickled with him at the end when I said, "Coach, where are you? Where do you think you are here in year 3?" And he got a little wry smile, and he just kind of said, "Hey, I'll let you know after the season's over." But a very confident Marshall Maverick football team. Coaches are pretty confident. They look pretty confident. They feel like they can do a lot of good things, especially offensively. So many weapons on the offensive side of the ball. 10 starters back for the Mavericks. And when you have 10 starters back on offense, 7 starters back on defense, the numbers are greater than any other team in our district. A lot of optimism for the Mavs.
Yeah, I guess as far as high school football is concerned, you could say that the Mavericks have a veteran team coming back to them this year. Now, the best part about that, Chase, that can be a little bit misleading. There are a lot of veteran guys on here, but there's still a lot of underclassmen. This is still a very young football team, but a lot of youth that got a lot of really valuable experience a year ago, especially going 2 rounds deep into the playoffs.
Well, and what you've got is you've got a really good mix. You've got a lot of skill people that have some years under their belt. Justin Hart, a 4-year starter at quarterback. You've got Haller coming back after having a great year last season. Chavez Mills, I expect to have a breakout season after coming on late last year. But the youth is really in that offensive line. But although they may be younger, they might be a little more physical, they might be a little more athletic, so it's a really good mix there, especially offensively. Defensively, you've got Micah Smith getting moved back there into the secondary as a safety, and you've got the big defensive line up front. Linebackers and some of your corners are new, but the experience up front and deep could really help you defensively.
Time to take a look at tonight's players to watch. We normally call this the starting lineups, but these coaches decided they weren't going to give us starting lineups. They were just going to give us full-out rosters and not decide who they were going to start until the game's beginning. So players to watch tonight, Chase. This is again brought to you by Gateway Tire Service Center in Marshall. Gateway Tire Service Center Marshall is proud to sponsor Marshall Maverick football. See them for all your Yokohama tires. Family-owned, customer service-driven Gateway Tires. Chase, there's plenty of guys to watch for these Marshall Mavericks. The guys in the backfield, that 2-headed monster, Cameron Haller and Chavez Mills, have got to be the 2 ones that I know Royse City's keying on this evening.
Well, I'll tell you what, you could even make that a 3-headed monster, because I think you're going to see this season. You're going to see a backfield that's going to include Justin Hart at quarterback, Chavez Mills at running back, and I think you're going to see Haller in there, whether it be in the slot or back in an offset backfield. Who you stop, pick your poison. It's very reminiscent of the 1990 season where the Mavericks went all the way, won a state championship, and they had a quarterback and a running game that if you stopped one, the other could really hurt you. That's what we've got here this year in Marshall. Should be just a whale of fun to watch.
Again, that is brought to you by Gateway Tires, Service Center there in Marshall. See them all for all your Yokohama tire needs. They're family-owned and customer service-driven. Chase, we're just moments away from the coin toss. Royse City has just taken the field. They're about to do the national anthem here, so we're going to go ahead and step aside, take a break, and be back with the kickoff of tonight's game, number 1 of the 2015 season. Maverick football continues in a moment.
School's back. Time to dust off that backpack, sharpen your pencils, and save big on the most important tool of all, super fast internet. For a limited time, when you get Fidelity's high-speed internet with blazing fast 100 meg download speeds, we'll give you 200 channels of free TV for a year, or choose 20 meg internet for just $29.99 a month for a year. As always, there's no data caps, no contract, and free installation. Call your local Fidelity office today, or order online at fidelitycommunications.com/free TV.
This is Matt Moore, General Manager at Marshall Ford Lincoln. You've got to come check us out for our summer sales event. We have incredible discounts and incentives like how about 0% for 72 months on Fiesta, Focus, Taurus, Escape, Explorer, and Expedition. In fact, you can come out with no money down and drive away in a brand new Fiesta for just $235 a month. That's no TTNL, no down payment, $235 a month. Come and see us on Highway 59 South. It's Marshall Ford, your 8-time winner for its prestigious President's Award. Residency restrictions apply with approved credit through Form Better Credit.
If you love your high school, Texas Bank & Trust has a great new way to show your fandemonium. It's with the new Texas Bank & Trust High School Fandemonium Visa check cards. These cards have high school colors and mascots from many East Texas schools. Use the Fandemonium card for your normal everyday purchases and show your school spirit at the same time. Texas Bank & Trust Fandemonium Visa check cards. The one card fans demand. Texas Bank & Trust. Strength, stability, service, and Fandemonium cards.
Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Pick your poison. Throw the end zone in a beautiful dime piece. Off the right arm of Justin Hart to Trell Patton. Tyler, the keeper, he's got a lot of room around the left side. He's got one man to beat. Touchdown, Cameron Haller. Now Hart steps, has a man wide open. Making the catch at the 5 and walking into the end zone is Trell Patton. Touchdown, Mavericks from 43 yards out. Join me and Jace Palmer for every exciting call of Marshall Maverick football right here on your home for the Mavs, KMHT and EastTexasToday.com.
Well, it's football time in East Texas as the Mavericks will tee it up first. The Royse City Bulldogs won the coin toss. The Mavericks won the coin toss and deferred to the second half. Coin toss tonight was brought to you by Rollo's Luminato Center. 2607 Easton Boulevard North. That's Highway 59. Coin toss brought to you by Rollo's Luminato Center, a proud supporter of the Marshall Mavericks. Tonight's first half kickoff is brought to you by Earl's Professional Cleaners. Take your jean shirts and shirts rather to Earl's Cleaners. You don't know what jean shirts are, right?
I don't know about jean shirts.
Earl's will make your jeans stand up and talk because Earl's is the only place in Marshall that Cowboy starches jeans and shirts. First half kick again brought to you by Earl's Professional Cleaners, Marshall's only place for Cowboy starts, jeans, and shirts. We are underway in the 2015 season. It's a kickoff towards the near sideline. Alan Martinez boots it out of bounds, and the Royse City Bulldogs will have the football first and have really good field position to start here tonight.
Not a good kick, not a good way to start for the Mavericks. They've been working on that all week at practice when I was out there, and that one's going to go out of bounds, and there's going to be a discussion from Royse City as to whether or not to take the ball where it is or to make them re-kick. I'm not sure they know what they're going to do yet, and I think they are going to take the ball at the 35-yard line, and Royse City's going to start in wonderful field position here on the errant kick by the Mavericks.
Now the ball will be placed at the 30-yard line on the left hash. And Royse City with the football first to start the 2015 campaign. Moving right to left on your radio dial. Royse City in their black uniforms, trimmed in white with gold numerals trimmed in white. Marshall in the white unis, all white. White tops, white bottoms, red numerals trimmed in black. And the first play of the game is a Vance roll out to the right. And a little dump off out there on that right side. And the catch is made at a first down up to the 42-yard line.
Yeah, that was a good play there from Royse City. They went left and faked the handoff. Quarterback bootleg, rolled back right. Everybody from Marshall over pursued. That's going to be an easy pickup of about 12, and that'll be a first down for Royse City. Ball spotted right about the 42-yard line.
And Cortland Vance played quarterback for this team last year and had given the Mavs a couple of problems last year, and Mavericks gave up a couple of big plays last year that led to 14 Royse City points. They ended up scoring 21. Now again around the right side, breaking a tackle in the backfield, but having nowhere else to go as the ball carrier is taken down for a loss back to the 38-yard line.
That's what you like to see there. A lot of pursuit. The first man on him was that A-Dub out there at the left defensive end position.
Boy, it's really hard to see, Chase. We are way up here, by the way. It looked like Antonio Washington actually on that left side got to him, made initial contact. They're actually going to spot the ball at the 40. So a loss of 2 on first down brings up a second down and 12 for the Bulldogs at the right hash. Vance in the shotgun, puts his tailback in motion out to the left. They'll throw it out to him, and it goes in and out of his hands. Incomplete pass. Intended receiver that time, Vincent Hayden, the running back for the Royse City Bulldogs, brings up a third down and 12. Here's the Maverick defense. Looks to get a stop after giving up a first down on their first defensive play of the 2015 season.
Pressure there by number 80, Fred Robinson, the senior defensive end, 6'1", 190 for the Mavericks. Still scoreless here, third down and about 12.
Vance again in the shotgun, takes the snap, rolls left, now throws that way, and it's caught in the middle of the football field, and breaking tackles inside Maverick territory to the 45 is number 4, Devontae Alexander. He's got both catches tonight and both first downs for the Royse City Bulldogs. That's a first down all the way up to the Maverick 45-yard line.
Tackled there by number 6, DeMarcus Alexander for Marshall. He's only a sophomore, so we're getting tested early here in the secondary. First down and 10 for Royse City at the Maverick 45-yard line.
Well-designed play with a good throw because he threw it into traffic. Now they'll give it straight ahead, and now bouncing out to his left is the ball carrier. He's up across the 40, inside the 40, and down to the 33-yard line. So another gain of 12 yards there for the Royse City Bulldogs, and another first down here on the opening drive of the ball game.
Ooh, the Mavericks kind of on their heels a little bit right now, not able to slow down Royse City. That was just a dive right on up the middle.
Now Vance will keep it around the left side, gets a block. He's across the 30 and inside the 30 to about the 29-yard line. Actually, they'll spot him at the 28, at least the judge across onto the far side of the field does, and that's another large gain of about 5 yards for Royse City on first down. So an inauspicious start, if you will, for the Maverick defense, and that was what the Maverick coaching staff and certainly Clint Harper talked about all offseason was we got to get back to that physical Maverick defense.
Marshall didn't get set before that play, so
now Vance, as they hurried up to the line of scrimmage, a little give inside, and the tackle is made almost immediately that time by DeAndre Osborne. DeAndre, a familiar name, somebody you might have heard played offense for the Marshall Mavericks since he was a freshman, and now his senior year he's moved to linebacker, makes the tackle there for no gain. Actually a loss of a yard back to the 29-yard line. So
third down 5, big play here for Marshall.
Big third down upcoming. Vance in the shotgun, gives it straight ahead to his tailback, and he's hitting the backfield. Now bounces off of it, has room, gets inside the 25, and he's down at about the 24-yard line. The ball comes out, and the Mavericks say they have it. We'll see what the deal is here.
We come up with the football, and we're trying to say...
No, they're going to say he was down at the 25-yard line. It'll still be a fourth down here, but I believe Royse City's going to go for it here, Chase.
Well, I'll tell you what, that's a play that should have resulted in a loss of about a yard. Marshall had him in the backfield, had a hat and a hand on him, but they were not able to bring him down. And he took a -1 yard loss there. Would have been fourth down and 6 and turned it into a couple. So it's going to be fourth down and a long one from the Marshall 25-yard line, 24.5. Big play here for the Maverick defense.
Probably closer to 2. They'll give it straight ahead now. There's going to be motion, and this will be a penalty, it appears, on the Royse City Bulldogs. I don't think they had 2 guys moving at the same time, and so now that changes your decision-making maybe just a little bit. It's at the 30-yard line, so probably not, Chase. You're probably still going to go for it here if you're the Royse City Bulldogs. You don't really have a whole lot to lose, but the quarterback, Cortland Vance, is coming off to the sideline, but he's just going over there to have a visit with the coaches here. They're going to need the Maverick 23-yard line for a first down. It's spotted just outside the 30-yard line. Third down and about 6, maybe 7 upcoming.
Yeah, and it looks like we've got a timeout on the field.
Well, there's a coach over there that is not very happy.
Timeout on Royse City. Royse City was not able to get that play in. They were about to run out of time, so they'll take a timeout. 8:44 left to go in the first. We're scoreless from Royse City. Stay with us. You're listening to Marshall Maverick Football on KMHT.
At Marshall ISD, we develop strategies and initiatives to give our students and staff the best possible chance for success. We want students to be prepared and ready to pursue their continuing education goals upon graduation. Our extracurricular programs and activities produce memorable experiences for our students outside of the classroom and help encourage our students to become part of creating better communities. Marshall ISD, focused on success, enriching experiences, making a world of difference.
No matter how you tailgate, Marshall Automotive Tire Pros, your complete automotive service center, has you covered. You'll always receive friendly customer service, high-quality work by our ASE certified technicians, and your tire investments is protected by Tire Pros warranty package featuring free roadside assistance. Marshall Automotive Tire Pros carries all major tire brands, including Michelin, Firestone, Goodyear, Netto, Cooper, and many more. Don't get sidelined this season.
We'll have to make that up to you, Marshall Automotive Tire Pros, as we're back here. Fourth down. Vance is stepping up into the pocket. He's taken down.
Oh, Marshall brought the house right there, and they got him in the backfield. That's big number 44 for the Marshall Mavericks. That's Sheldon Williams, the junior linebacker. And he took him down for a loss of, what was that, about 6, 7?
About 5 yards back to the 36-yard line, and it'll be a turnover on downs here as the Maverick defense comes up large after they were on skates momentarily. And maybe some of those early nerves, and now we'll get a chance to see this Maverick offense operate. They'll have it first down and 10 at their own 36-yard line at the left hash. Justin Hart in at quarterback. Flanking him to the left is Chavis Mills. In the slot to the right, Jaquavian Dabbs. First down here for the Mavericks. The give straight ahead. Now they'll fake the give, throw it out to the left, and the catch is made. And just shy of a first down, a 9-yard pitch and catch. That's McCarty Moore with the catch.
Good pass there by Justin Hart. Fakes the handoff up the middle. And here comes the Baylor Bear offense. We're going to run a quick snap. In at quarterback looks like Cameron Haller.
3 wide to the right, Cameron Haller. In at quarterback, takes the snap, and he'll keep it. Takes the give, now up the middle he goes. First down and more, and look at him go. Across the 40, inside the 30, and taken down at the 27-yard line. Cameron Haller with a good start to the 2015 campaign.
Well, I tell you what, that was just the old read option. He was looking to see what the defensive end was going to do. He went with Chavis Mills, and off he goes. And big play there for Cameron Haller.
Up to the Royse City 27-yard line, left hash. Cameron Haller stays in at quarterback, flanking him to the left is Chavis Mills. It'll be Trell Patton with the carry on the end around, moving right to left. Stutter steps inside the 25, and he's taken down at about the 22-yard line. That'll be a gain of 5 there on first down for the Mavericks. Trell Patton getting the carry that time. And, you heard it in the pregame show, those of you listening back at Marshall, Coach Harper talking about they want to try and snap the football 65 to 75 times every football game. The last couple of years we've had trouble getting the play clock down and running down and getting plays in and stuff. So it's a nice change-up thus far. Haller stays in at quarterback. He'll fake the throw, now fake the give, runs it up the middle. First down and more inside the 10, 5. Touchdown, Cameron Haller. 22 yards out.
What a well-designed play was that, Jamie. Brought a little guy in motion. He faked the handoff to him. Chavis Mills one way, Trell Patton the other, and it looked like the parting of the Red Sea in the middle. We let everybody come up on the ends on that defensive front. Haller just runs straight up the field, wide open. Touchdown, Cameron Haller. And I tell you what, that didn't take long. 7:14 to go here in the first quarter, and Marshall is on the board first, 6-0 as we await the point after.
So Cameron Haller with a couple of big runs there. He's got 50 yards on 2 carries and a touchdown. The PAT is up, and it is right down the middle. Alan Martinez is good. His first point after attempt of the 2015 campaign. And with 7:14 left to go in the opening quarter, Marshall strikes first. 7-0 Mavericks. Maverick football continues in a moment.
No matter how you tailgate, Marshall Automotive Tire Pros, your complete automotive service center, has you covered. You'll always receive friendly customer service, high-quality work by our ASE certified technicians, and your tire investments is protected by Tire Pros warranty package featuring free roadside assistance. Marshall Automotive Tire Pros carries all major tire brands, including Michelin, Firestone, Goodyear, Netto, Cooper, and many more. Don't get sidelined this season. Visit Marshall Automotive Tire Pros on East Pinecrest in Marshall, or MarshallTirePros.com.
For generations, folks looking for a new car, truck, or SUV have trusted Chevrolet, America's #1 automaker. And for 3 generations, East Texans have trusted family-owned Niles Chevrolet in Marshall. Whether you're looking for a sporty Cobalt, a rugged Silverado, or the redesigned Tahoe, our folks will work with you to get the best possible deal. It's what we've done at Niles for 70 years. Treat you fairly. No wonder everyone seems to leave Niles with smiles. Niles Chevrolet, 4801 Easton Boulevard South, Marshall.
Cameron Haller gets the Mavericks on the board first. A 22-yard touchdown run. He's got 50 yards and 2 carries. Martinez kick again towards the sideline and inexplicably caught at the 16 as the ball was going out of bounds by number 6, Zach Maley. And boy, I tell you, he's already getting an earful.
Yeah, Zach's getting an earful actually from a coach we had last year. That is Jamaica Rector.
Just like the place.
Yeah, he caught the ball out of bounds. The officials are going to talk about that. Clearly, though, the first touching was by the Royse City Bulldog player, number 6, so that's not a penalty.
That is not a penalty. That is what we like to call a good teaching tool.
Well, they're going to say it is a penalty.
Well, I don't know about that one, Chase, because it looked like he caught the ball before stepping out of bounds.
He did. He caught the ball and then stepped out of bounds. That is not a very good call there by the official.
Yeah, well, either way.
And they'll start at the 35. That's a 15-yard difference.
And it's non-district for these officials as well, so, you know.
Well, Jamie, hey, that last play, the Mavericks got the ball starting with 8 minutes and 44 seconds in the first. We only got it down to 7:14. 4 plays, a minute, 30 seconds, and the Mavericks were rocking on offense.
Yep, and 50 yards on 2 carries for Cameron Haller and a touchdown. He's off to a good start. Ball spotted in the middle of the hash marks at the Royse City Bulldog 30-yard line. Vance in the shotgun again. He'll give it straight ahead to his tailback. He's hit and stopped after a gain of 1. And looked like Antonio Washington in on the tackle as well.
That's big number 96, Greg Hood.
Is that Greg Hood?
Oh, yeah.
It's hard to see.
Big Greg Hood got him. Greg Hood, Jr., 5'10", 250. And number 2 there for the Mavericks, who was also in on the tackle, Detravion Macon.
Some more of those.
We've only got one of those rosters up here. So.
Left hash after a gain of about a yard at the 31-yard line this time. Vance will keep it around the left side. He's got some good blocks in front, and then he's hit and stopped immediately as he crossed the 35. They'll give him the 37-yard line. So it'll bring up a 3rd down and 3, Cameron. Well, it says number 5. I believe is that
number 6.
Number
DeMarcus
6.
Alexander with the tackle.
We're a long ways up here.
That's a little sophomore.
First game of the season.
170.
First game of the season. We're going to get our legs underneath this man.
That's a pretty good lick for a sophomore.
It was. Stood him up, drove him backwards. Now a big 3rd down, upcoming 3rd and 3 here for the Bulldogs at the left hash at the 37-yard line. Vance will keep it around that left side. He's got a 1st down across the 40 and across the 45 to the 46-yard line. So he needed 3, and it looks like he got about 8-9 yards.
Yeah, right now they have found the side that they like, and they're making a living on the right side. Fred Robinson, the 6', 190-pound defensive end, having a hard time keeping and sealing that edge, and they're just running around him out there right now. So Marshall's got to figure out a way to slow that down. Really, the only good plays they've had offensively have been to our right side there left. So that'll bring up 1st down and 10, 7-0 our score here. 6:18 left to go here in the first quarter. Royse City 1st down and 10 from their 46.
Now a high snap here. It's gathered in. Vance will keep it rather. He's across midfield and drug out of bounds as he got inside the Maverick 45 to about the Maverick 42-yard line. Very close to a potential horse collar tackle there. And that's Micah Smith in on the stop on this near sideline. But again, Royse City's offense, at least in the early part of their first couple of drives here, have had some success against this Maverick defense.
Yeah, and again, Marshall having a hard time sealing the edge there on the right-hand side. That was the read option. The defensive end for Marshall comes down, and that's, again, number 80. And just not able to seal that edge is Fred Robinson, and they'll pick up a 1st down, 1st and 10. The ball spotted about the 41-yard line of Marshall.
Cortland Vance in the shotgun here. Kind of a strange-looking formation. That's why it's changed up now.
Yeah, that's illegal motion.
Yeah, because you've got 2 guys moving at the same time, and that's illegal at every level.
That looked a lot like when the Dallas Cowboys used to line up, and all their offensive linemen would stand up and go back down, but everybody stood up and moved around.
You know what it looked like? It looked like a play that hadn't been being worked on for a very long time.
That's
something
right.
new that they were trying, and obviously this is when you want to try some of those things, is in your pre-district schedule, and that's why those coaches took their hats off. And
well, I tell you what, the funny part's number 96, Greg Hood. He stood up for the Mavericks, and he called illegal procedure, and then they blew the whistle and threw the flag. So
there you go. That's good awareness. So that'll bring up now a 1st and 15 at the Maverick 46. Cortland Vance will throw the ball for the first time tonight and overshot his man, overshot everybody. As a matter of fact, was looking downfield, was looking for a flag as well, but that's what we like to call an uncatchable ball.
Yeah, that wasn't close to anybody. 5:45 left to go here in the first quarter. Marshall had 1 offensive possession, 4 plays, A minute 30, they're on the board. 7-0 our score here. Marshall with the lead. Royse City with the ball from the Marshall 46-yard line. Second down, 15 for Royse City.
Shotgun here for Vance. Again, a big second down. They'll give it to the tailback. He's got a hole through that left side. He's up to the 40-yard line and taken down at the 39-yard line. So a gain of 7 yards on second down will bring up a big 3rd down and 8 for the Royse City Bulldogs, needing to get to the Maverick 31 to pick up a first down.
Tackled there by number 9, Marjay Smith, the defensive end sophomore, 6'6", 200. He's going to be a player.
Well, he is a very, very raw talent. The kid just started playing ball, basketball, football, just a couple of years ago. But, you can't teach size. 3rd down and 8 here from the left hash. Vance drops, throws to his right, has a man wide open, throws it behind him, but he makes a nice adjustment and catches it out in that right flat. He's got a first down inside the 25 to the Maverick 22-yard line. A big pitch and catch right there for the Royse City Bulldogs off the right arm of Cortland Vance.
The Mavericks were lost on that play in the secondary. 2 guys came down, covered the first receiver, left the second wide open, and Royse City will quickly run to the line of scrimmage.
Right hash, Vance will keep it, roll to his right now, tucks it and runs, and has a little bit of room around that right side, but is chased down from behind by Quincy Hutchinson, number 94, but not before he picked up a sizable gain right there.
And all that play, that is our Cameron Haller catch it and go play. That's what we would call our Wildcat formation. That's Royse City's. They'll pick up 5 yards there on first down. 2nd 5, Royse City, 4:30 left to go in the first. 7-0 our score. Mavericks with the lead.
Inside the red zone are the Royse City Bulldogs. Now the give goes straight ahead, up across the 15 and close to a first down, about a yard shy. As it looked like Vincent Hayden with the carry, but hard to see these numbers from way up here. That could be 26, Brett Martinez. That's Hayden. I'm sorry, I'm listening to the PA guy, and he has no idea.
Going to bring up 3rd down and 1 for Royse City from the Marshall 12-yard line.
And Vance will throw to his left, has a guy in the flat, makes the catch, makes a move inside the 10 and taken down right at about the 5-yard line. It'll be first down and goal to goal for the Royse City Bulldogs. Boy, I tell you what, I think the pace of play is hurting the Mavericks, and I think, honestly, Chase, it could be just a matter of nerves. I don't know what it is, but right now they look overmatched up front.
We're young in the secondary. We're off on our heels a little bit in the secondary.
Vance will give it straight ahead. It's Hayden, and he's got a touchdown. And Royse City's an extra point away from tying this one up with 3:49 left to go in the opening quarter.
Well, that is where we were worried a little bit coming into the season, was the defense. Where is our defense going to be? And a little bit on our heels right now up front and in that secondary. So 3:49 left to go. As we wait the extra point, they'll go for 2.
Yeah, they're going to go for 2. Vance throws, and it's almost intercepted. He makes the catch off the bounce. Cortland Vance caught the ball off the deflection, and it was taken out of bounds at the 2. So Marshall will take a 1-point lead with 3:49 left to go in the opening quarter. 7-6, Big Red. Maverick football continues in a moment.
For generations, folks looking for a new car, truck, or SUV have trusted Chevrolet, America's #1 automaker. And for 3 generations, East Texans have trusted family-owned Niles Chevrolet and Marshall. Whether you're looking for a sporty Cobalt, a rugged Silverado, or the redesigned Tahoe, our folks will work with you to get the best possible deal. It's what we've done at Niles for 70 years. Treat you fairly. No wonder everyone seems to leave Niles with smiles. Niles Chevrolet, 4801 Easton Boulevard South, Marshall.
At Panola National Bank, we represent integrity in community banking. As a source of financial strength, we're here participating in local events, helping local charities, and serving the financial needs of East Texas. At Panola National Bank, we value the strong relationships we've forged with our customers. Don't forget to download our free apps for mobile banking to better serve your on-the-go banking needs. Panola National Bank, member FDIC, and an equal housing lender.
Stop by and see Royce Clements at 2203 Victory Drive in Marshall.
7-6. Marshall on top of the Royse City Bulldogs by a digit. Royse City will kick it away. Marshall will move left to right on your radio dial. Back deep. You got Trell Patton. And can't see the other one. I believe it's Jaquavian Dabbs. But it's hard to see. It's a good kick to the far side. It's Chavis Mills. He'll catch it at the goal line and will come out now, move to his right. Nice move at the 10 and cuts his way and spins inside of the 15 and up to the 16-yard line. Chavis Mills with a 16-yard return. And Marshall with the football for the second time tonight. Their first possession was pretty much flawless. 4 plays and, 60-something yards, capped off by a 22-yard Cameron Haller touchdown run.
Yeah, 4 plays, 63 yards was Marshall's first offensive possession. So we'll see what we have here for the Mavericks.
3:41 left to go in the opening quarter. You're listening to Marshall Maverick football on KMHT and EastTexasToday.com. Marshall on top here by a digit, 7-6 over the Royse City Bulldogs. Have the football at the left hash at their own 16-yard line. Justin Hart will take the snap, drops, got a good pocket, good protection. Now rolls away from trouble to his left. He'll keep it up to the 20 and steps out of bounds at about the 21-yard line.
And
that will be a penalty, a late hit. Justin Hart pushed from behind. Nice run there by Justin Hart.
Yeah, everything broke down on him. He checked down to his second and third receivers and then took off around that left side and was pushed out onto the track. That's a pretty easy call.
I got to say, Justin looks like he might have been working on his speed or something this offseason, because I thought he had I thought he was going to get sacked there for a second, but he ran away from the defender in the backfield and did a nice job to get 6 yards. What would have been 6 yards, but now it's a whole lot more up to the 31-yard line after the penalty. Ball stays to the left hash. Cameron Haller in at quarterback. He's got 3 wide to his right. Chavis Mills flanking him to the left in the backfield. Mills with his first carry of the season has a big hole, and boy, he lost his footing, was taken down by the hash mark and got his head down, but got a first down, 11 yards for Chavis Mills up to the 47-yard line. But again, if that hash mark hadn't reached out and grabbed him, he was gone.
He is quick, and that first step, I mean, he had one man to beat, and he would have been gone, and that's a great first step by Chavis Mills.
And now Haller, he fumbles the football but picks it right back up. A tough exchange right there. Looked like he ripped the ball out of the hands of Chavis Mills. Fortunately for the Mavericks, Haller will grab the football, fall forward for a couple of yards to the 49-yard line. 2nd down and 8 upcoming, but that was just a bad exchange, Chase.
Yeah, I think that's one he should have given to Chavis Mills and tried to pull it out late, and in doing so was a fumble. He was able to recover the football, but here we are, 7-6, Marshall with the football at their own 48-yard line. 2nd down and 8.
Ball spotted in the middle of the football field, just shy of midfield. In motion left to right is Terrell Patton, and Marshall moved. Movement up front, Terrell Patton also moved just a little bit as he kind of took an angle towards the line of scrimmage. So that'll be a penalty, and it'll bring up a 2nd down and 13 here for the Mavericks.
Yeah, that's a little movement there over by Lucas Pritchard, the senior offensive lineman. A little rock there in his step. Clearly that was going to be a passing down as he was breaking down into pass protection.
Ball moved back to the Maverick 44-yard line. They'll need to get to the 43 of Royse City for a first down. 2nd and 13, 7-6 Marshall. This time the carry up the middle that time. We're going around the right side off that right guard is Cameron Haller, and he only gets a couple of yards up to the 45-yard line, maybe a yard on for 2nd down. So it brings up a 3rd down and a mile here for the Mavericks. 3rd down and 13 upcoming.
Yeah, and I think he might have missed his read on that one as well. I think that would have been one you should have given to Terrell Patton. Tough to second guess, but he had a wide opening around the end.
Justin Hart back in at quarterback to his right. Chavis Mills. Hart drops, now throws to his right. Has a man wide open. Clayton Garrett sits down, makes the catch at the 40-yard line. First down, Marshall.
I told somebody as I was watching the scrimmages, I said Clayton Garrett's going to make a living on that hook route where he just sits down at the sideline, which is what he did right there. First down, Marshall. Marshall right on the football.
At the 40-yard line of Royse City, a big 3rd down and long conversion. Now a throw out to the left, and there you go. Terrell Patton turns on the afterburners and steps out of bounds inside the 25 up to the 22-yard line. Terrell Patton on the pitch and catch from Justin Hart.
Boy, and all of a sudden we are rolling down the football field all the way down to the 22-yard line.
7-6, Mavericks on top. 94 seconds left to go in the opening quarter. Ball spotted at the Royse City 22. Left hash, Justin Hart will give it. That's Chavis Mills. Stutter step inside. 10-5, touchdown. Chavis Mills, his first of the season and his first of many. And just like Cameron Haller, it's a 22-yard touchdown run. Marshall back on the board, 13-6, Big Red.
Oh, I tell you what, Chavis Mills is so fast on that first step. I mean, he takes the football, he doesn't stutter step in the hole. He hits the hole about 500 miles an hour. And by the time anybody sees him, he's 88 and out the gate.
88 and out the gate. I was waiting for the first time we'd hear that this year.
Oh, what a run by Chavis Mills.
90 seconds left in the opening quarter. Alan Martinez on for his second PAT of the season. The snap is good, hold is good, the kick is up, and it is right down the middle with 1:29 left to go in the opening quarter. Marshall back on top, 14-6 Mavericks. Maverick football continues in a moment. Rah-rah, TCU.
Roden's 506 East End Boulevard, the Whirlpool washer and dryer with a new touchscreen technology. The machine will remember your setting, energy efficient, easy on the fabric, and the dryer will be a gentle dry with higher moisture removal, extending the life and the wear of the fabric. Consider this washer and dryer combination now. Also, KitchenAid and Maytag. Sizzling summer sales on now at Roden's Appliances, 506 East End Boulevard, where they sell only appliances and they service what they sell.
If you love your high school, Texas Bank & Trust has a great new way to show your pandemonium. It's with the new Texas Bank & Trust High School Pandemonium Visa check cards. These cards have high school colors and mascots from many East Texas schools. Use the Pandemonium card for your normal everyday purchases and show your school spirit at the same time. Texas Bank & Trust Pandemonium Visa check cards. The one card fans demand. Texas Bank & Trust. Strength, stability, service, and Pandemonium cards.
Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Left in the opening quarter, Marshall on top, 14-6.
Good. I mean, I'm telling you, was that not a lot of fun to watch?
Well, I tell you what, here's the thing. You know, Marshall got into a big third down and long there. Was it third down and 13? So the great equalizer this year, you can already tell, is going to be the options you have.
That's right.
For this Maverick offense. And again, 22-yard touchdown run. We had one 22-yard touchdown run on the first drive for Cameron Howard. Chavis Mills from 22 yards out. I mean,
and all the
the pace of play, I mean, this is crazy right now.
All the people that you use Clayton Garrett on that drive, you use Howler on that drive, you use Mills on that drive, and Trell Patton. Who do you key on? Really tough if you're a defensive coach having to play these Marshall Mavericks. 14-6 Marshall. Here's the kick.
And this time it goes to the far sideline. Bounces at the 30.
Did we get it? I think we
Picked
did.
up. No, I think the Royse City Bulldogs picked it up off the bounce, but a good, strong hit.
That was a good deal there.
On that far sideline. So Royse City with their worst starting field position of the night. It'll be at the 27-yard line. They started at the 30 their first two times with the football. Now we'll see if this Maverick defense can kind of maybe get into a rhythm just a little bit.
Pooch kick opposite side there. He was kicking the ball to the right. Now that one went to the left. Marshall almost covered that football. Went down and had a collision at about the 30-yard line. The Royse City Bulldog was able to come away with it back about. They're going to spot him at the 27-yard line of Royse City. So Marshall needs a stop here. 1:29 left to go in the first quarter. 14-6 our score. Marshall with a lead. Royse City with the ball.
Vanson at quarterback in the shotgun. He'll take the ball and give it straight ahead. That's Hayden trying to bounce it out wide right's got nowhere to go. A host of Marshall Mavericks there to make the tackle. A gain of 2 yards to the 29-yard line.
Great job there on the right-hand side. Marshall had that. It looks like that's going to be the big man, Antonio Washington, on that left-hand side. He was there along with number 6 for the Mavericks. That's DeMarcus Alexander. And that's going to be a short gain of only about 2 on the play. They'll spot the ball at the Royse City 29-yard line. Bring up second down, a long 8. 55 seconds left in the first quarter.
He'll go 4 wide, 3 to the left of Vance. Now he'll drop and roll to his right, look to his left, and a little throwback pass and a lot of room. Stiff arm at the 40, across midfield goes the receiver, and into Maverick territory goes Zach Molly or Maley. Can't figure out which way to say it. I'm going to go with Maley, the 6-foot wide receiver. And another nice, well-designed play right there. But again, the Mavericks just not running to the football right now. And another big play for the Bulldogs. 42 seconds left in the opening quarter. And have a first down and 10 at the Maverick 40-yard line.
Well, DeAndre Osborne upset, saying he was held, and he was on that backhand side. He was not able to get out there due to that hold.
That's a 31-yard play. Now Vance will keep it around the left side. He's hit and taken out of bounds after a gain of about 4, maybe 5 yards. The official or the coach is looking for a flag from the officials for a late hit, but that tackle started inbounds.
I tell you what, Marshall, and they have a pretty legitimate beef right here. You're seeing a lot of white jerseys pulled in in many different directions, having a little handsy out there up front. Marshall's not able to get off the block to run to the football. So they're really taking us on those outside sweeps. 5-yard pickup there, 2nd 5 from the Marshall 35.
38 seconds left in the opening quarter. Marshall on top, 14-6. Now Vance with a little inside give. And nice job right there, closing in to make the tackle for the Mavericks. The initial hit there put on, I believe, by number 80.
Number 44, Sheldon Williams, with a big hit came up. 80 did assist on that tackle from behind. That's the defensive end, Fred Robinson. So that'll bring up 3rd down and about 4.
Yeah, closer to 3, probably 3 yards, 3, maybe 4 yards, Chase, here. Either way, it's 2-down territory here for the Bulldogs. Now, Vance started towards the line of scrimmage early, gives it ahead to Hayden. He's got a 1st down inside the 30 to the 28, but
yeah, that should have been.
Again, I tell you, that is not a legal play.
Yeah, that was an interesting looking play. He actually went towards the line of scrimmage before the ball was snapped, and when he caught the ball, he was about halfway to the center.
At the end of the first quarter, Marshall on top, 14-6. Royse City with the football and driving as we go to the second. Maverick football continues in a moment.
Roden's 506 East End Boulevard, the Whirlpool washer and dryer with a new touchscreen technology. The machine will remember your setting. Energy efficient, easy on the fabric, and the dryer will be a gentle dry with higher moisture removal, extending the life and the wear of the fabric. Consider this washer and dryer combination now. Also, KitchenAid and Maytag. Sizzling summer sales on now at Roden's Appliances, 506 East End Boulevard, where they sell only appliances and they service what they sell.
If you love your high school, Texas Bank & Trust has a great new way to show your pandemonium. It's with the new Texas Bank & Trust High School Pandemonium Visa check cards. These cards have high school colors and mascots from many East Texas schools. Use the Pandemonium card for your normal, everyday purchases and show your school spirit at the same time. Texas Bank & Trust Pandemonium Visa check cards. The one card fans demand. Texas Bank & Trust. Strength, stability, service, and Pandemonium cards.
Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Flip-flop into the field as we go to the second quarter. 14-6, Marshall on top. Royse City threatening. 1st and 10 at the Maverick 28. Vance will keep it. Tries to go inside. Now bouncing outside. Goes back inside. It is taken down, but not before. He gets a modest gain of about 3, maybe 3.5 yards inside the Maverick 25.
The Maverick defense did a much better job there of containing that end and making him go back inside. Help was there. Only a short gain. 2nd down and about 6 on the play for Royse City.
Hurry up offense again here, but there is another penalty flag, and this will go against the Royse City Bulldogs.
Yeah, that's the wide receiver outside. Number 2 for Royse City was a little bit early, didn't get set, so that's going to benefit the Mavericks to the tune of 5 yards. That'll push Royse City back across the Marshall 30. It'll be between the 30 and the 31-yard line, just past the 30. So that'll bring up 2nd down along 12 for Royse City.
Again, this Maverick defense, Chase, just not looking sharp here early. Maybe the pace of the play is also hurting them. Now Vance drops, now rolls. He's got nowhere to throw the football. Takes off and runs around that right side, and he's taken out of bounds inside the 25 to about the 22-yard line. So it'll bring up a big 3rd down and 4 yards rather. About 3rd down and 4 upcoming here for the Royse City Bulldogs, and again, 2-down territory.
I will say this for Royse City. Big offensive line. They've got a lot of beef up front, and they're right now able to push the Maverick defensive line around just a little bit. 3rd down along 4. 14-6 our score. Marshall with the lead. Royse City with the ball at the Maverick 22-yard line. 11:15 left to go here in the second quarter.
Now, the story of the game so far has been the explosive Maverick offense, who have taken 2 possessions and taken them both to the house. But again, this defense, though, is struggling right now. Now they give around the right side, and that's Hayden with the carry.
That'll be a 1st down.
As number 21, Vincent Hayden with the carry, and he's got enough for a 1st down right at about the 19-yard line, or the 18-yard line, rather, which is what he needed. And
well,
they're going to
generous spot.
It's a very generous spot down here, so they're going to actually blow this one dead and get the chain gang to come on out here. Chase, 14-6 Marshall, 11:02 left to go in this first half of play.
I think he's got it. I mean, they're going to come measure it, but if he doesn't have it, it won't be by very much. Clearly 4-down territory here for Royse City.
Yeah, certainly. Well, the worst thing you could do right now if you're this Maverick defense is continue to give this offense of Royse City confidence, and that's right now what you can see brewing with the Bulldogs is they're confident right now that they can do whatever they want to this Maverick defense. Now, the difference is that, the great equalizer here thus far for these Marshall Mavericks is Royse City's defense can't stop the Mavericks at all.
That's right. Well, and what first down there for Royse City?
Yeah, got it easily, about half the football.
We're having trouble. What Royse City's doing a pretty good job up front is they're they're either kicking the end out or they're turning the end inside, and all Royse City is doing is keying off that end and running wherever the tackle pushes our defensive end. We've got to get a little bit more contain out there and keep the play inside and see if we can have some help running to the football. So first down and 10 for Royse City. 11:02 left to go here in the second quarter. 14-6 our score. First down for Royse City inside Maverick territory.
Yeah, about the 18 at the right hash. Vance will take the snap, give it straight ahead, and nowhere to go. A loss of about 3 yards to the 21-yard line. That time the give goes to Zach Maley, who had a big play in the passing game right before the end of the first quarter. But this time it's a 3-yard loss, and a nice job that time by the Mavericks crashing inside as opposed to trying to chase that quarterback and that little zone read, that option read type stuff.
Well, he had a blitz.
It could be confusing.
Came with a blitz at a good time. Loss of 3.
Now they rush 4 down. Now Vance has to hurry up and get it out of his arm to the right and incomplete in and out of the hands of Cooper Abdu. And now we got a late flag, and that's going to be a first down for the Royse City Bulldogs as number 22 for the Mavericks, Brandon Jernigan.
Not a smart play there. The play was dead. Brandon Jernigan's man who had been blocking him, he kind of pushed him down at the end of the play in the back of the head. That's going to be a 15-yard personal foul penalty on him. And so instead of being third down and forever, it's going to be first and goal Royse City.
And Brandon Jernigan taken out of the game right now and trying to run away from the coaching staff. That'll be half the distance of the goal chase, so that'll put the ball right at about the 11-yard line.
Yeah, that one kills you right there, because you were looking at third down and 14.
I'm sorry, the 8-yard line.
And instead, you're right. It
should be 11-yard line, because you can't get a 15-yard penalty.
They've got it at the 11.
So right at the 11-yard line is where they'll spot the football. 14-6, Marshall on top by 8 here. But again, this defense of the Mavericks not looking sharp here early. 10:24 left in the half. And the Royse City Bulldogs threatening again.
Well, the Maverick defense, if there's time for a stop, this is it. We could use a stop here. 10:24 left to go until halftime. Marshall with a 14-6 lead. Let's get a stop, Big Red.
At the right hash, it's Vance, and he'll give it to his tailback up the middle. He goes. That's Abdu. He's hit, but not before. He gets inside the 10 to the 5-yard line. A gain of 6 on first down. Well, I tell you, that penalty by Jernigan, costly, especially right now when you're just not playing very well defensively.
Marshall really getting blown off the ball up front. That was just a little dive play from Royse City right up the middle. They picked up 7 yards as number 7 for the Mavericks, Jalen Mitchell, gingerly walks off the field, kind of got rolled up a little bit.
A little stoppage in play here as Cortland Vance, the quarterback, comes over and talks to the coaching staff. Play clock running now, 33 seconds. Both these offenses kind of quick with the pace, and perhaps that having a bit of an effect this evening on the Maverick defense, but you would think they've seen that every day in practice going up against this Maverick offense. Second down and 4 for the Bulldogs at the Maverick 5-yard line. They can pick up a first down without scoring. This time Vance gives it, bouncing it outside, breaking the tackle as Abdu gets a block at the goal line, and he scores. 5 yards out, and Royse City tacks on 6 more. It's 14-12 Marshall, and boy, this is a head scratcher right now, Chase.
Well, it's kind of funny. It's the tale of two teams. As good as we look offensively, we just look out of sorts on defense. And anything they do right now seems to be working. And Royse City must not be able to kick the ball 3 feet because they line up like they're going to go for 2. Now they look like they're going to kick it. But the clock's a-ticking. They may not get this kick off.
Left-footed kicker, and the snap is good. The hold is good. Marshall got there, but just enough leg there by the kicker, number 37, Mario Mares. It's up and good, and with 9.5 minutes left to go in the half. Marshall 14, Royse City 13. Maverick football continues in a moment.
Kinco Pools is Marshall's most recommended builder for custom pools and spas. That's because Kinco is a full-service company with chemicals, parts, and supplies for all your maintenance needs. Kinco is licensed and bonded to design and build the pool of your dreams for a price your budget can't afford. Now's the time to visit Kinco Pools and Spas in their new location on Sedbury Street, across from Walmart in Marshall. For repair and service, Kinco recommends Marshall Specialist, Just Complete Pool Service.
School's back. Time to dust off that backpack, sharpen your pencils, and save big on the most important tool of all, super fast internet. For a limited time, when you get Fidelity's high-speed internet with blazing fast 100 meg download speeds, we'll give you 200 channels of free TV for a year, or choose 20 meg internet for just $29.99 a month for a year. As always, there's no data caps, no contract, and free installation. Call your local Fidelity office today, or order online at fidelitycommunications.com/free TV.
Left to go in this first half, and it's a ball game, 14-13, Big Red on top, but the Royse City Bulldogs have had the football 3 times. They've scored twice. Marshall about to get their third possession of the 2015 football season, but again, it's not this Maverick offense you need to worry about. The Maverick defense not looking good thus far. Good kick. It'll drive Terrell Patton back inside his 8. He'll take it out across the 20. Stutter steps across midfield 20. Moving left to right, up across the 40 and midfield. There he goes to the 40. 35 down the far sideline. Terrell Patton looking for a block and gets inside the 10-yard line. Offense and special teams right now. This Maverick team is explosive there, Chase.
I'm telling you.
I had no idea what I was looking at.
We've got offensive weapons everywhere you look on the football field. Terrell Patton had a seam up the middle. He came to a complete stop and then cut to the outside, got a good block out there to get him to the sideline, and off he goes. And if it wasn't for one guy that was able to get back and push him out of bounds, that would have been a touchdown.
So he caught that ball right at about the 8-yard line and takes it all the way up to the 11-yard line of Royse City. That's an 81-yard kickoff return. Now Cameron Haller, stutter step, breaking tackles inside the 5, and Cameron Haller is in the end zone for the second time tonight. And this Maverick offense again takes just one play after the giant kickoff return by Terrell Patton. And I tell you, they're having a hard time bringing down Cameron Haller. That we saw that last year, though. That's going to be a theme here in 2015, you would think. But just like that, the Mavericks back on the scoreboard, taking a whole 22 seconds off the clock.
Tell you what, speed kills, and that's what you're seeing right now. Terrell Patton, I think's the holder. He walks all the way out there. He's still tired from that 81-yard kickoff return. Here's the snap back to Terrell. He gets it down. The kick is up, and it is right down the middle. And it is. Oh no, it's no good.
Pushed it to the right.
I thought it went down the middle.
Pushed it to the right. They gave him the point after on the scoreboard, but nonetheless, Marshall still up by 7. 9:06 left to go in the half. 20-13. Marshall on top. Maverick football continues in a moment.
This is Matt Moore, General Manager at Marshall Ford Lincoln, and you've got to come check us out for our summer sales event. We have 0% financing available for up to 72 months on 8 different Ford vehicle lines, and every single Lincoln line has 0% available as well. In fact, you can lease a brand new Navigator for just $5.99 a month. So come and see us on Highway 59 South. It's Marshall Ford Lincoln, your 8-time winner of Ford's prestigious President's Award for outstanding customer satisfaction.
Oh, her first word. Mama. Then, before I knew it... Mom! Soccer practice, art club, driver's ed, dating, graduation, 5 years of college. Mom, this is Dad. Ring bells and suddenly...
Life fast forwards. Keep up with Texas Farm Bureau insurance and protection that changes with your auto, home, and life needs. It's the right coverage for any moment, because moments worth covering are never accidents.
For your insurance needs in Marshall, Hallsville, and Harrison County, call Debbie Gary at 903-660-2600.
IPTs in 2015. Marshall on top 20-13, 9:06 left to go in the first half. Jamie Horton chased Palmer high atop Royse City ISD Stadium in Royse City, Texas, as the Maverick defense needing to get a stop right here and perhaps build a little bit of confidence. That Brandon Jernigan penalty on the last drive, or the last defensive possession for the Mavericks,
yeah, that was the difference.
Really costly. That was the difference right there.
That was the difference. So if Marshall can just make the plays they need to make.
Martinez will finally kick it deep for the first time tonight, puts it into the end zone and out of the back of the end zone. Touchback.
All right.
For the Royse City Bulldogs and perhaps the Maverick coaching staff.
That was a great
tired
kick.
Of seeing Royse City start around the 30-yard line.
That was a great kick there from Martinez. That was easily out of the back of the end zone. The ball hit right at the goal line. That's what you like to see when everybody for Royse City was up about the 15 or 20-yard line. So let's start, what, 25?
Yes, sir. 9:06 left to go in the half. 20-13. Marshall on top of the Royse City Bulldogs. Game number 1 of the 2015 high school football season. We'll be back home next week for the home opener against the Crandall Pirates. And then we'll be on an open week. Next week, though, marks the first of 3 consecutive home tilts for your Marshall Mavericks. Cortland Vance sent a shotgun ball in the middle of the football field at the 25-yard line. Fakes a throw to his right, now rolls left. Throws across his body and into that left flat. Has a man. Great coverage, but the ball is bobbled and dropped. And I believe in on coverage that time is Micah Smith. Micah, you may have heard, came on last year and became a guy that is on the radar now of a lot of schools. He's got several offers right now, Texas State being one of those.
Yeah, that was a really good play there by Micah Smith. Got there right as the ball got there, was able to knock that one away. Good pass there from Royse City's quarterback, but knocks it away, so it'll bring up 2nd down and 10, Royse City with the ball at the Maverick 25.
I tell you what he brings, Cortland Vance. He's very shifty, he's athletic, and it's given some problems here for the Mavericks thus far. Now Vance, being flushed, rolls to his right, throws that way, has a man. What a catch and what a move at the 35. He stepped out of bounds. That's got to be an incomplete pass if they're going to blow the whistle dead right there. He's got to be out of bounds.
Yeah, he caught the ball and then came in. Oh, my goodness, they're going to give him that catch. He caught the ball and came down out of bounds. I didn't see how he got a foot down there, but they're going to give him the catch.
Well, it's still shy of a first down. They're going to give him the catch right at about the 31-yard line, Chase. It brings up a 3rd down and 3 here for this Maverick defense, trying to get Royse City's offense off the field. Rolling to his left is Vance. He's hit and dropped at the 30-yard line. 4th down, upcoming. That'll be a loss of a yard on the play.
Big play there. That's number 7. Jalen Mitchell comes in and makes the tackle on the delay blitz from the middle.
We're going to see Trell Patton return his first punt of the season, it would appear.
Big stop there for Marshall's defense. 3 and out for the first time this season. And with 8:26 left to go until halftime, Marshall sitting on a 20-13 lead, and Trell Patton is back about the Marshall 35 to take this punt. Big play there. We got to watch a fake. Don't think they'll do it here, but
well, they better not.
Boy, they're taking a long time to get the play in. We're down to 5 seconds, 4 seconds. I don't think they're going to get this one off.
Well, they're going to burn their second timeout of this half. We'll take one with them. 8:04 left to go before intermission. Marshall on top 20-13. And they're just about set to get the football right back. Stay tuned. Maverick football continues in a moment.
Outstanding performance, broader coverage options, high quality, top priority service, and claims processing. All faster than a Blue Streak. Brown Rig Insurance has earned Blue Streak agent status from the Central Insurance Companies. The knowledgeable, experienced staff at Brown Rig are committed to providing you the very best in service, protection, and peace of mind. Visit our offices in Marshall or Jefferson, or contact us at 903-938-8888. Brown Rig Insurance, your hometown Blue Streak agent.
Certified Collision and Glass for auto, pickup truck, 18-wheeler repair. Certified Collision and Glass also specializes in body and glass repair from a rock chip to a complete installation. Now, Certified Collision and Glass has added the equipment and completed the training to repair the all-aluminum 2015 Ford F-150 pickup truck. Certified Collision and Glass, Highway 59 next to Marshall Ford in Marshall, Texas. Certified Collision and Glass, leading the way in collision repair.
Now they're lining up the punt here. We're going to see our first return of the season. It would appear Cortland Vance will kick it away. It's a short kick here to this near sideline.
Terrible kick.
And it's going to go out of bounds in Bulldog territory at the Royse City, 47-yard line. That is, boy, that's a 17-yard net right there.
Oh, I tell you what, that is not what Royse City wanted there. He's that soccer-style kicker and came to his right and just shanked it off the side of his foot. 17-yard punt's going to go right out of bounds about the 48-yard line of Royse City. So with 7:59 left to go here until halftime, Marshall sitting on a 7-point lead, 20-13 with the ball in Royse City territory. And the Mavericks haven't had the ball for more than a handful of plays here tonight, but they have inflicted a whole bunch of damage when they've had it.
17-yard punt there for Cortland Vance. Maverick football at the Bulldog 47-yard line. 20-13, Marshall on top, 7:59 to go in the first half. Now Justin Hart's going to fire it deep. He's got a man in coverage. That's got to be pass interference. The catch is made anyway.
Oh, my goodness gracious.
What a great catch with his back to the end zone. And that looks like Bacardi Moore. Is that Bacardi Moore making that catch, Chase?
It looks like 88. I think that's Cordell Archield.
Is that Cordell Archield, number 88, making the grab?
He had a man laying on top of him and came back and literally caught the ball from behind him and pulled the ball around the defender. Would have been pass interference.
You remember seeing Alabama
Archield? Yeah.
Make that catch a few years ago?
Oh, my goodness.
That penalty will be declined, so one play and inside the 5-yard line. Up to the 3, a 44-yard pitch and catch from Justin Hart to Cordell Archield. This time, Justin Hart will fake the give, throw out to the right. Nice move, stutter step inside the 5, and inside the, they're going to spot him at the 1-yard line. That is a terrible spot.
That's a touchdown.
That's got to be 6 points.
Everybody's laying in the end zone.
I do not understand how that's not a touchdown. And we've got looks like a stoppage and a Maverick slow to get up, but I'm not sure, Chase, how that's not a touchdown.
That's going to be Cordell Archield going to slowly go off the field.
Explain that one to me.
It's got to be a touchdown. There's no way he was down. I mean, he fell at the T in City. So there's no way he's down unless they put that T in.
Unless we just didn't see something. We are a long ways away, so perhaps we just missed it. The coaching staff, the Maverick coaches don't seem too upset about it.
I think that catch was made by Trell Patton, number 1.
Do you?
It's
hard to see.
Was it Trell or was it Archield?
I thought it might have been Bacardi Moore.
I'm not sure. We are 4 miles away from
it. It looked like a crooked number. And Bacardi Moore's number, where's Bacardi's number 11? Nonetheless, second down and goal at the 1-yard line. Cameron Haller in at quarterback. He'll move Javis Mills to his left. Then it'll be Haller with the keeper up the middle, and he's got another touchdown. The third touchdown of the first half for Cameron Haller. And Marshall back on the scoreboard, 7:21 left to go in the first half. 26-13, Marshall doubling up the Bulldogs right now. It's a 2-possession game. Cameron Haller's third touchdown of the first half.
And when we tell you a handful of plays, that's Marshall. 3 plays, 48 yards, and it took only 37 seconds.
Something like that.
For the touchdown.
Alan Martinez on for the PAT. Snap is good, hold is good. Martinez puts this one right down the middle of the upright. 7:21 left to go before intermission. Marshall tacks on 7, 27-13. Big Red on top. Maverick football continues in just a moment.
Certified Collision and Glass for auto, pickup truck, 18-wheeler repair. Certified Collision and Glass also specializes in body and glass repair from a rock chip to a complete installation. Now, Certified Collision and Glass has added the equipment and completed the training to repair the all-aluminum 2015 Ford F-150 pickup truck. Certified Collision and Glass, Highway 59 next to Marshall Ford in Marshall, Texas. Certified Collision and Glass, leading the way in collision repair.
If you love your high school, Texas Bank & Trust has a great new way to show your pandemonium. It's with the new Texas Bank & Trust High School Pandemonium Visa check cards. These cards have high school colors and mascots from many East Texas schools. Use the Pandemonium card for your normal everyday purchases and show your school spirit at the same time. Texas Bank & Trust Pandemonium Visa check cards. The one card fans demand. Texas Bank & Trust. Strength, stability, service, and Pandemonium cards.
Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
$7:21 left to go in this first half. Marshall on top, 27-13. Marshall's had the football 4 times. They put it in the end zone 4 times tonight. Cameron Haller has crossed the goal line 3 times tonight for the Mavericks. Martinez kick, another good deep one. As the ball carrier will take it just inside the goal line. Now we'll bring it out. Coming across to his left and up to the 20-yard line. And, boy, he did a nice job just to get something out of that. Marshall's pursuit of the football that time didn't look like they were going very fast. Well, I tell you what, it's like these guys are playing in cement right now on defense.
Yeah, they broke down a little early on that, but still a better field position situation for Marshall on the deep kick. They'll start from their 23-yard line, which is a little bit better than where they have been starting here. And I think that makes Royse City a little bit more cautious with that playbook. 27-13, Marshall with a 14-point lead, 7:14 left to go here until halftime. Royse City with the football from their own 23-yard line. Let's see if the big red machine can get a stop here on defense as well.
Looking for back-to-back stops are the Mavericks on top, 27-13, 7:14 left to play in the half. Vance with a throw over the middle. Goes back across his body. It's a dangerous throw that time, but the catch is made and brought down to the 29.
Yeah, tackle there by number 21, Micah Smith, coming up from his safety position. So that'll bring up second down, a long 4. The ball spotted about the 29.
At the right hash. 6:50 left to go in the half. Now give it straight up ahead. That's Hayden with the carry. He's hit at the 30, maybe got the 31-yard line and is brought back. So this will bring up a big third down and about 2.5, maybe 3 yards here for the Royse City Bulldogs. So another third down opportunity for this Maverick defense to get the Bulldogs off the field.
That's DeAndre Osborne, Jalen Mitchell, and number 2, DeTravion Macon, all coming up to make the tackle. Big play here, third down and 2. Marshall's defense could get back-to-back stops with 6:22 until the half.
Bulldogs hurried up to the line of scrimmage. Vance rolls to his left, throws that way, and in and out of the hands of his intended target. Almost picked off out there by number 2, DeTravion Macon of the Marshall Mavericks. So now another fourth down upcoming here for the Royse City Bulldogs.
Got a punt. You can't go for it on your own 31-yard line. So here comes the punt team for the Bulldogs.
You can if you want it. It's just not advisable.
No, the Mavericks are moving too well on offense. You can't give us a short field. Of course, your last punt was 17 yards, but Marshall did a good job there with pressure coming up the middle. Royse City's quarterback had to get rid of the ball a little quicker than he had wanted to. Threw the ball behind the intended receiver. Okay, they're going to line up in a... Looks like they're going to go for this here, Jamie.
Yeah, I'm thinking that he's going to back out here pretty soon, Chase. This is just not smart if you go for it.
Timeout number 3.
Yeah, timeout. They're going to burn their final timeout. We'll go ahead and take one with them. They're going to rethink this one, Chase, and I think that's well advised. 27-13, Marshall on top. 6:15 left to go in the first half. Maverick football continues in a moment.
For generations, folks looking for a new car, truck, or SUV have trusted Chevrolet, America's #1 automaker. And for 3 generations, East Texans have trusted family-owned Niles Chevrolet and Marshall. Whether you're looking for a sporty Cobalt, a rugged Silverado, or the redesigned Tahoe, our folks will work with you to get the best possible deal. It's what we've done at Niles for 70 years. Treat you fairly. No wonder everyone seems to leave Niles with smiles. Niles Chevrolet, 4801 Easton Boulevard South, Marshall.
At Panola National Bank, we represent integrity in community banking. As a source of financial strength, we're here participating in local events, helping local charities, and serving the financial needs of East Texas. At Panola National Bank, we value the strong relationships we've forged with our customers. Don't forget to download our free apps for mobile banking to better serve your on-the-go banking needs. Panola National Bank, member FDIC, and an equal housing lender.
Stop by and see Royce Lemons at 2203 Victory Drive in Marshall.
Out of timeout, 4th down and 2 here for the Royse City Bulldogs. Vance is back. Looks like he's going to kick this football away. No, they're going to give it around the right side. And breaking the tackle and reaching for the first down mark. Or did he get it before he stepped out of bounds? He's got it up to the 35-yard line, maybe the 36-yard line. Royse City taking a gamble right there, and it pays off. Boy, again, the Mavericks just looked slow right there defensively, Chase.
Well, again, the left side of the left side of our defensive line is coming in. We're not holding contain. We're not keeping contain, and we paid for it right there. First down, Royse City at the 38-yard line.
So shotgun here for the Bulldogs at their own 38. Vance will keep it. He's hit and dropped in the backfield, taken down at the 34-yard line.
Well, there's Fred Robinson. There's number 80.
Oh, Freddie R.
He came right up the field there. His man went inside and left him unblocked. Good play there from Fred Robinson coming up the field. Big sack. That'll push them all the way back inside the 35 to right about the 34.5-yard line. 5:48 left to go here in the second quarter. Our score, Marshall 27, Royse City 13. Second down and a long 14 for Royse City.
Shotgun here after the loss of 4. It'll be Vance rolling to his left. Now a little dump off and hit and dropped at the 30-yard line, and that is number 2, DeTravion Macon, getting in there with the initial hit.
And number 9, Marjay Smith, and all of a sudden Royse City's on skates. They'll push them back inside the 30. They'll mark it at the 29.5. And they've got a long way to go for that first down. They'll need to get all the way up to the 48-yard line. 18
yards away from a first down here of the Bulldogs. So, I guess Maverick defense starting to figure out some things. 27-13. Shotgun here for Vance. He'll drop, look to throw. Now he's going to be rushed and thrown away, or he's going to try and throw it away. Boy, did he get it back to the line of scrimmage?
It did get back to the line of scrimmage. Oh, they're going to say that it did, but that'll stop the clock, so that's good for us.
It'll stop the clock, and I do think he got it to the 30, Jason. That's where he needed to get the football, was to the 30-yard line. I think he just got it back to the line of scrimmage.
Now, that's what you wanted to see there. That defense there on those 3 possessions, that was running to the football, a lot of pressure up the middle. Royse City lost about 10 yards on those possessions.
Well, that was a coverage sack right there.
Yes,
that was a cover. Well, sack, not a sack, but that was all good coverage, especially underneath right there for the Mavericks.
4:54 left to go until halftime. Marshall looks like they're going to get the football back. I can't believe they're going to go for it here.
Yeah, well, they're going to kick it. And, oh, boy, a flag on the play and another terrible kick. This one bounces at the 44-yard line. I think we got a piece of it. It looks like Antonio Washington is saying he got a piece of it. There is a flag down, and we'll see what it is here.
I think they're going to call I'm not sure what they're going to call.
What are they going to say, that we might have been in the neutral zone?
Well, that's a 5-yard penalty, and we'll kick it again, but we're waiting for the white hat.
Illegal motion. That'll be declined. So it is a penalty on the Royse City Bulldogs. I'll say this, too, tonight. I don't know if the Mavericks have got any. They got the one penalty on the, the down here.
Well, they've got 2. They've got 2. They've had an illegal procedure penalty from Lucas Pritchard early, offensive line. And then they had the penalty down here, the 15-yarder.
Jernigan, yeah, the 15-yarder. So other than that, Royse City's.
We're going to have great field position. They didn't get the ball. That ball got blocked by Marshall's.
We had 4 penalties.
It looks like, what was that ball? Looks like it was blocked by Antonio Washington.
Yeah, Antonio Washington.
40-yard line.
Yeah, so that's a 10-yard net. That's 27 yards on 2 punts.
40-yard line. Marshall will start at the Royse City 40 with 4:49 left to go until halftime. And if we score here, remember, we get the ball to start the second half.
Yeah, well, we still got enough time here to score twice. It'll be Cameron Haller with the keeper. Stutter steps, now bounces inside across the 35 and stays on his feet and will find his way up to the 30-yard line. A gain of 10 and a Maverick first down.
Yeah, but that one's coming back. They're going to call holding on the interior portion of Marshall's offensive line. And the flag is right at the 40-yard line. Everybody walking back this way, and there's the hold call.
It is a hold on the Mavericks, so I spoke too soon on the penalties for the Mavericks. That's usually the kiss of death right there. Under a full moon here in Royse City, Texas.
Beautiful night out here. Absolutely beautiful.
A little warm in the booth. Other than that, it's football season. So that'll move the football back to the 50-yard line. All this does is just pad the Mavericks' stats offensively. Shotgun here for Justin Hart back in at quarterback. He'll drop the throw. Throws back over to the left. It's Jaquavian Dabbs makes the catch. Stutter step inside midfield and up to the 40-yard line of Royse City. So he'll get 10 yards back. And it'll bring up a second down and 10 upcoming.
Really good play there by Jaquavian Dabbs. I'll tell you something else here tonight. Justin Hart is perfect. He's had 6 pass attempts, and he has completed 6 passes. So he has no incompletions here. 4:04 left to go until halftime. Marshall with a 27-13 lead. Having some radio difficulties.
Well, no, we got kids touching the mics outside. It's fine. It's first football game now. This will be a penalty here for the Mavericks as they've got motion down here on the near side.
Boy, I tell you what, and we had a play that was going to be a touchdown. We had Caden Landreneau out in the flat, and he would have run for weeks. Everybody had gone left, and he came back against the flow. That's going to be a good play. You'll see that one again, if not tonight, this season. That'll push Marshall back to the 45-yard line. It'll bring up second down 15. 3:51 left to go until halftime. Marshall with a 27-13 lead and the ball at the Royse City 45.
So after a lengthy delay here, 3:40 left to go in the half. 27-13 Marshall with the lead and the football. Have it at the Royse City 45-yard line at the left hash. Justin Hart in at quarterback. Chavis Mills flanking him to the left. 3 wide over to the right of Justin Hart, and 1 down here on the near side stabs. Justin Hart stutter steps in the backfield being rushed. Can't get rid of the football and is thrown for a sack and a loss back to the 40. And boy, a little extracurricular stuff there at the end, but I think that was just a matter of kids.
Well, I tell you what, that's a mistake by Hart. You got to throw that football.
Got to get rid of the football, but I tell you what, he didn't have a whole heck of a lot of time right there. Again, this is a very young offensive line for the Mavericks. Having to work out some kinks here, but that's a huge loss all the way back to the Maverick 43-yard line.
That's a tough one. You can't take that sack as a 4-year senior. I mean, you got to get rid of that football.
27 yards away from a first down here for the Mavericks, trying to score. Be 4 for 4. Little shovel pass inside to Chavis Mills. He's taken down immediately at the 45-yard line of Royse City. At that old Southwest Conference days right there, a little inside shovel pass.
And that's a 1-yard pass.
And that's not good.
And that's going to be a long 4th down. Marshall would have to get all the way to the Royse City 30 for a first down. The ball spotted at the Marshall 44-yard line. So clearly a punting situation for the Mavericks with 2:21 left to go until the half.
Ball spotted at the 44-yard line of the Marshall Mavericks. Alan Martinez standing at his own 31-yard line at the right hash, getting set to kick this one away.
And here they come. They're coming.
And now we're going to see we got a penalty flag.
Delay a game on the Mavericks.
Delay a game. So, boy, I tell you, this last series here for the Mavericks, this last possession, not good. And I'm going to tell you what I think it is, Chase, too. They started to slow down the pace of their offense as well. And I don't know if that hurt their rhythm or, hurt their groove, so to speak, but they didn't look good.
Well, you get in a couple of penalty situations in that second, third, and long, and it changes your cadence a little bit.
27-13, Marshall on top. 1:45 left to go in the half. Snap is back. Another flag down. Martinez gets the kick away. It's a good one. Takes a bounce to 30, and it's fielded at the 20. That's a block in the back. No flag coming down there. The ball carrier, with room around the right side, gets across the 35 and taken down at the 39-yard line. So Royse City.
That penalty is going to be on Marshall for motion, so they'll decline that.
I tell you, that's a lot of flags, a lot of laundry here this last couple of minutes here for the Marshall Mavericks. 27-13, Marshall on top with 94 seconds left in the half. But it has not been a very pretty first half, all things considered, for the Mavericks, especially the way it's ending here. But the defense has gotten 2 straight stops, trying to continue that. Royse City has burned all their timeouts. Actually, it says they've got 1 left on the scoreboard. Marshall with 2 timeouts left in their back pocket. And we'll see what they elect to do here. The ball is going to be spotted.
Well, it looks like that penalty may have been on Royse City. I think we're having a lot of discussion there. The white hat in one official is over talking to Coach Harper.
I don't think Coach Harper's very happy. It may be the issue here. I don't know.
No, I think that penalty looks like it's...
Well, we'll see what it is. Is it a penalty before the change of possession?
Boy, we have all kinds of confusion down here right now.
For calling out the cadence. Yeah. All right, so a delay of game on the Royse City Bulldogs, probably barking out the cadence at the line of scrimmage. So at the 39-yard line of Royse City, the Bulldogs have the football. 1:34 left in the half. 27-13, Marshall on top.
Marshall needs a stop here. Look,
Vance will roll to his right and is out of bounds at the 44-yard line, so he's going to get about 5 yards there on that first down carry.
And again, running over that left side of the Marshall defensive line, and they're rolling inside, and it's just a lot of room out there for Royse City. He'll get out of bounds and stop the clock with 1:29 left to go until halftime. 27-13 our score. Marshall with the lead, Royse City with the ball. Just shy of midfield at their own 44-yard line. Second down, a long 5.
90 seconds left in the half. Shotgun here Now Vance looks right, throws to his left again underneath. The catch is made, but the tackle is made immediately at the 44-yard line. And Marshall may elect to burn one of those timeouts right here, and they do.
What a play by number 2, DeTravion Macon.
He's made a couple of big plays here in this first half.
Great tackle there. That was a little, well, it looked like a little slip screen pass, and he was coming from left to right, from outside to inside. And number 2, DeTravion Macon, the sophomore, 5'11", 180 pounds, made a great tackle. There was a lot of room there to run, so no gain on the play, and it'll bring up second or third down, rather, in a long 5. He might have lost half a yard on the play. Take it just a second. Got a man down for Royse City. Actually, the ball carrier is down, so we'll take just a minute, and we will go through some scores right now. District scores of note. At halftime, Pine Tree leads Jacksonville 23-0. Texas High all over White House 28-7.
Did you say Pine Tree leads Jacksonville 23-0?
I did. Mount Pleasant losing to Paris 28-7. Marshall up 27-13 over Royse City. Hallsville up on Carthage at Carthage 14-6. And Lufkin and Longview are tied at 14 at halftime.
Lufkin and Longview tied. They played a classic in the first game of the season last year. It was a classic laugher as Lufkin blew away the Lobos. Of course, Longview lost their first 2 games of the season last year. Were without their number 1 tailback. Now Vance being flushed up. Now rolls to his right. Throws that way, and it's intercepted but out of bounds. Boy, that's Macon again in on the coverage that time. And Travion Macon's had a nice first half here, Chase, but that's an incomplete pass, stopping the clock with 1:03 left, which is enough time for the Mavericks to score twice.
Yes, sir.
At least the way they've played here in this first half offensively. There's 63 seconds left as a 4th down and 5, so you got to think Royse City's going to kick the ball away here. But this is that part of the field where a fake punt isn't a terrible idea.
4th and 5, you got to kick this away and hope your defense can hold them for a minute 3. They don't need to give us the football right here.
They don't have anybody back deep. Vance will kick it away.
Terrible
short kick. Get away from it, and it takes a Maverick bounce at the 35-yard line, and that's where it'll stay. Marshall football at their own 35-yard line. 2 timeouts left, 55 seconds left in this first half. So, well, that's plenty of time for these Marshall Mavericks to put one in the end zone.
Hey, Jamie, DeTravion Macon, the sophomore, he has made some really good plays the last 2 defensive possessions for Marshall. And in your first district or your first varsity game, I mean, he's playing really well so far here early in this football game.
Yeah, and again, Chase, a lot of youth on that Maverick defense, and so far so good for DeTravion Macon. Maverick defense with 3 straight stops. Now this time they'll fake the give to Mills. Justin Hart rolls to his right, throws that way, and it's in and out of the hands of Jaquavian Dabbs at the 40-yard line. There's a flag down at about the 41 over here on the near sideline, or to the near hash, I should say.
I bet you they call illegal man downfield. Yeah, they're going to call an illegal man downfield. Our offensive lineman got a little bit too far away from the line of scrimmage.
We don't want to get too cute here if you're the Mavericks.
Well, I believe that's going to be a 5-yard penalty as we're waiting to hash this out. We have seen a ton of penalties here tonight, as you might expect in a first game of the season. Oh, they're going to decline the penalty and take the down. That's a little surprising. They'll decline the penalty. 2nd down and 10 from the Marshall 35-yard line. 50 seconds left to go until halftime. 27-13 our score. Marshall with the lead and the football. And if the Mavericks could tack on a little more here, they'll start the second half with the ball.
Cameron Haller in a quarterback shotgun, standing at his own 30. Will roll to his right, looking for blocks. Gets up across the 40, and he's about 3 yards shy of a first down to the 42-yard line of the Royse City Bulldogs. 27-13, Marshall on top with 34 seconds left. The clock continuing to run. Again, Marshall with 2 timeouts left. Shotgun ball at the right hash at the 42-yard line. This time they'll fake the give, throw it out to the left, and there you go. A lot of room. That's Trell Patton inside Bulldog territory. Now cuts away all the way across the field. Making moves up to the 30, to the 25. Now moves to his left, still on his feet. 20, 15, 10, and out of bounds at the 5-yard line. Trell Patton.
Oh, what
My
a run
goodness.
by Trell Patton. I tell you what, Trell Patton That was a little. Oh, we got to back up on this.
It was like an and one basketball play. Back in the day, the mixtapes.
Haller takes the snap. He looks like he's going to run. He stops and he throws just a little quick pass out to Trell Patton. I mean, he was right at the line of scrimmage. He danced all the way from the left side of the field, ran all the way back across to the right side of the field, made about 4 men miss. He backed up and how many yards did he lose? He lost about 15 yards at one point and turned to the corner and took it all the way down to the 6-7 yard line. What a run by Trell Patton.
That was unbelievable. That's one you're just going to have to watch on film to get a better idea of. But Trell Patton, with 10 seconds left in this first half, Marshall will have it first down and goal at the 6 yard line.
Oh, my goodness. That was a wonderful play by Trell Patton. And the funny thing about that's going to go down as a really long pass from Haller. And all Haller did is throw the ball at the line of scrimmage. That was all Trell Patton.
That's a 52 yards. What was that, the 42-yard line? So 52 yards.
That's the prettiest 52-yard play you will ever see. And there is none of that was as a result of the pass. I mean, good job Haller getting the ball out to him, but that was all Trell Patton right there, folks. That is something to see. He did a couple of those lasso moves where he let the guy run by him. So here we go. 10 seconds left until halftime. Marshall's going to run a play from the 6-7 yard line.
Yeah, from the 6 yard line. So they do have another timeout. Is Cameron Haller going to score his 4th touchdown of the first half? We're going to find out here. He's in at quarterback at the right hash. He'll keep it, looking for blocks, bounces it out, and there you go. Number 4 of the first half for number 5, Cameron Haller from 6 yards out, 33-13. Marshall on top.
Boy, that is a huge score. Cameron Haller scores with 4 seconds to spare, and Marshall tacks 6 more on the board, 33-13, as we await the point after. And that's huge for several reasons. One is you add 6, but it also, so you'll start with the football to start the second half. So that might be the nail in the coffin there, Jamie. Oh, my goodness.
Well, that's tough to say with another half of football left to go. But this Maverick offense, Chase,
rolling.
I don't know if potent is the right word for it. But, man, I tell you, they look good. And what's even worse is that we haven't really played well in this first half. 4 seconds left to go. We'll keep it right here. 34-13 as the extra point by Alan Martinez is up and good. He's 4 for 5 here in this first half. Cameron Haller with his 4th touchdown of the half as Marshall cruising right now. 3 straight stops defensively, on top by 3 possessions now, 34-13.
Okay, now listen to this, Jamie. We got the ball with 55 seconds to go in the half. We scored with 4 seconds to go, a 51-second drive. 6-yard run from Haller. Not sure how many plays. I think that's going to be less than 4. 4 or 5?
I think 3 plays, right?
4 plays.
4 plays.
Our previous touchdown drive was 3 plays. It took 38 seconds, and it covered 48 yards. And our first touchdown drive was 1 minute 30 seconds, 4 plays, 63 yards. Do you see a pattern here, James?
Well,
it doesn't take us long to get in the end zone. 262 first half yards for Marshall, and that doesn't sound like much because we started in wonderful field position several times. And we have a couple of negative plays, as Dr. Cooper's pointing out to me. We'll go over those in just a second at halftime.
Dr. Cooper.
Woo, that Marshall Maverick offense is something to see.
A little short kick fielded at the 32-yard line by Royse City, and a broken tackle up at the 40-45 midfield. But he's got nowhere else to go. Alan Martin, the ball comes out, and a turnover. Marshall will have the football, but it doesn't matter. The half is over, but now we've got a bit of a melee here on the Royse City Bulldogs sidelines. Hard to see who's tied up, but it looks like Royse City didn't like the way the Marshall Mavericks decided to.
Well, I'd have to say I don't think that was.
I don't think that was on the Mavericks. No, sir, that was not on the Mavericks. That was Royse City's sideline. Their bench got into it right there, and the officials coming over to talk to Coach Harper. Coach Harper not happy about it, but look, nothing happened. Our kids did the right thing. Royse City jumped on us right on their sideline, but nonetheless, Chase,
Yeah,
there's some discussion right here. There is a flag on the field. Obviously, the half is over, but
what they're going to do is they're going to talk about if they're going to eject anybody, because they've got the numbers out and they're about to start taking. But I mean, that didn't look like anything we did. Our guy was laying on the bottom of the pile trying to get up. So. Yeah.
Well, nonetheless, 0-0 is on the scoreboard. We'll try and figure some of this out. The Patterson Motors halftime show is next. Marshall, all over the Royse City Bulldogs here tonight, 34-13 on opening night of the 2015 football season. Maverick football continues in a moment.
Saving money matters, and you need to get to Patterson Toyota in Marshall, Texas. Hey, East Texas, it's Richard Traywick at Patterson Toyota, where we've got the biggest discounts and the lowest rates. Like 2015 Toyota Camrys, take $4,000 off and get 1.9% financing. Or 2015 Toyota Priuses, take $5,000 off and get 1.9% financing. That's right, we're giving the biggest discounts and the lowest rates, and it's only at Patterson Toyota, Highway 59 in Marshall.
No matter how you tailgate, Marshall Automotive Tire Pros, your complete automotive service center, has you covered. You'll always receive friendly customer service, high-quality work by our ASE certified technicians, and your tire investments is protected by Tire Pros warranty package featuring free roadside assistance. Marshall Automotive Tire Pros carries all major tire brands, including Michelin, Firestone, Goodyear, Netto, Cooper, and many more. Don't get sidelined this season. Visit Marshall Automotive Tire Pros on East Pinecrest in Marshall or MarshallTirePros.com.
At Marshall ISD, we develop strategies and initiatives to give our students and staff the best possible chance for success. We want students to be prepared and ready to pursue their continuing education goals upon graduation. Our extracurricular programs and activities produce memorable experiences for our students outside of the classroom and help encourage our students to become part of creating better communities. Marshall ISD, focused on success, enriching experiences, making a world of difference.
Rodens, 506 East End Boulevard, the Whirlpool washer and dryer with the new touchscreen technology. The machine will remember your setting. Energy efficient, easy on the fabric, and the dryer will be a gentle dry with higher moisture removal, extending the life and the wear of the fabric. Consider this washer and dryer combination now. Also, KitchenAid and Maytag. Sizzling summer sales on now at Rodens Appliances, 506 East End Boulevard, where they sell only appliances and they service what they sell.
Certified Collision and Glass for auto, pickup truck, 18-wheeler repair. Certified Collision and Glass also specializes in body and glass repair, from a rock chip to a complete installation. Now, Certified Collision and Glass has added the equipment and completed the training to repair the all-aluminum 2015 Ford F-150 pickup truck. Certified Collision and Glass, Highway 59 next to Marshall Ford in Marshall, Texas. Certified Collision and Glass, leading the way in collision repair.
Outstanding performance, broader coverage options, high quality, top priority service, and claims processing. All faster than a Blue Streak. Brown Rig Insurance has earned Blue Streak agent status from the Central Insurance Companies. The knowledgeable, experienced staff at Brown Rig are committed to providing you the very best in service, protection, and peace of mind. Visit our offices in Marshall or Jefferson, or contact us at 903-938-8888. Brown Rig Insurance, your hometown Blue Streak agent.
For all things Marshall Maverick football, join me, Jamie Horton, and the head coach of your Marshall Mavericks, Clint Harper, every Tuesday night from 7 to 8 during the football season for Tuesday Night Football with the Coach. Brought to you by the Andrews Group. Listen live and hear it first as we break down and preview every week of exciting Marshall Maverick football. That's Tuesday Night Football with the Coach, brought to you by the Andrews Group.
If you love your high school, Texas Bank & Trust has a great new way to show your pandemonium. It's with the new Texas Bank & Trust High School Pandemonium Visa check cards. These cards have high school colors and mascots from many East Texas schools. Use the Pandemonium card for your normal everyday purchases and show your school spirit at the same time. Texas Bank & Trust Pandemonium Visa check cards. The one card fans demand. Texas Bank & Trust. Strength, stability, service, and Pandemonium cards.
Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
start to the 2015 campaign for the Marshall Mavericks on top of the Royse City Bulldogs at intermission, 34-13. It is time now for the Patterson Motors halftime show. Jamie Horton and Chase Palmer with you all season long, as it is time now for some first half stats. And the first half stats brought to you by Marshall ISD School Board member Mr. Bradley Burris. As a member of the Marshall ISD School Board, Brad Burris sees firsthand the many positive things going on within the Marshall Independent School District. And Brad is proud to be a part of a school district that continuously strives for excellence both in the classrooms and in extracurricular activities. MISD Board member Brad Burris encourages the entire community to support the efforts of Marshall ISD as they seek to maximize the potential of all Marshall ISD students. Let's go, Mavs. Chase.
I tell you what, it was a very productive first half for the Marshall offense. Marshall has a total of 263 yards total offense in the first half. 112 of that comes on the ground rushing. 151 yards passing. Cameron Haller has 4 touchdowns. He has 79 yards on only 8 carries. And, I mean, I tell you what, when he got the football, it was usually going to the end zone.
Yeah, well, I mean, you put the ball in the end zone 4 times. He's on pace right now for a 40-touchdown season in the regular season. That's that would probably shatter several records, at least in the Maverick record book. But again, you know what you're going to get from Cameron Haller. You know what you're going to get from Cameron Haller. The only reason he doesn't have more yards is because we haven't started a drive at the 20-yard line yet tonight. We've had great field position every time we've had the football. We've only not scored on one possession. Look, offensively, we're a pretty darn good football team. We saw that in the first half.
Let's see here. Chavez Mills had 2 carries for 33 yards. Patton had 1 carry for 5. Hart had 1 carry for 6. Those will not all add up to 112 because we did have a couple of sacks. We had that 112-yard sack. So that gives us 112 yards rushing. In the passing department, Hart has been almost perfect. He's 7 of 8 for 99 yards. Haller is 1 for 1 for 52 yards. And I'll tell you where everything really worked well for the Mavericks is that man, Trell Patton. He had 3 receptions for 72 yards, but he had the one doozy-dandy 52-yard run that put the final touchdown on the board.
It looked like his kickoff return, too. The way he danced around and reversed field and reverse footing on his kickoff return as well.
And that was 81 yards.
Yeah, moving left to right. I mean, so, look, these are the guys that are the usual suspects, so to speak, okay? You're going to know, you know what you're going to get from Cam Haller. You know what you're going to get from Terrell Patton. Obviously, Chavez Mills was a guy who really came on strong in the second half of last season, getting close to 700 yards rushing on the year and close to 10 touchdowns. Again, it's been a slow night, if you will, for those 2 guys in the backfield. Chavez Mills does have a touchdown tonight. Chavez Mills with 1, Cameron Haller with 4. There's your 5 scores on the board for the Mavericks. You know, on the way over here, Chase, we talked about the potential of this backfield to be, a 3,000-yard backfield. If we start drives at the 40-yard line every night, we're not going to have that opportunity because, again, Cameron Haller with, 8 carries, 70-something yards and 4 touchdowns.
That's right.
Are you taking a selfie?
I'm trying to take a picture of our band here so we can get some folks at home to see that big red pride.
I thought you were about to take a selfie.
But I tell you what, one thing.
Do you selfie?
Well, I don't selfie. I don't have enough
Fair
hair.
enough.
I don't have enough hair to selfie, so no selfies for me.
Oh.
So I'll tell you what tonight that I've been impressed with offensively for Marshall is not only do we have a lot of numbers, our numbers look good. We're doing it with a vanilla offense. We're not running a lot of plays.
Right.
We've run about 6 plays here tonight and done whatever we wanted to on those 6 plays. So an impressive performance for the Marshall Mavericks here tonight with a first-year offensive coordinator.
Yeah, and I tell you what I do like about him. This is something we talked about last year. Sometimes the Mavericks would, they would pull the string as far out as it would go when it came to the play clock. We haven't had a lot of issues with that thus far tonight. We did have 1 delay of game, but that was on the one possession of the night where the Mavericks didn't score. And it almost looked like a possession where they were just trying to eat up some clock, get to the half, and just cut bait and go from there. Well, that was, again, the one time they didn't score, and they didn't score, you think, because maybe their offense got taken out of a rhythm right there by slowing it down a little bit. I mean, obviously we can always speculate, but that was the one time we saw that, and that was the one time the Mavericks didn't reach the end zone.
And I'll tell you what, when you run a fast-paced offense, and you've seen this with TCU, you see this with Baylor, if you run a fast-paced offense, when you get in a penalty situation, you get in a 2nd and long, 3rd and long, it takes you out of your rhythm, and that's what Marshall got in that one particular possession. They got a got 5 yards on first down, but that second down play, they got a big penalty, a 10-yard penalty there. Then they had the 12-yard penalty that followed it. So when you get out of your rhythm, you have a hard time really moving around there. And that's what happened on that only possession for Marshall. But other than that, the offense has been absolutely near flawless here tonight in Clint Harper's opening debut. Again, 34-13 our score here at halftime from Royse City. The Marshall Mavericks all over the Royse City Bulldogs, but it wasn't that way until about midway through the second quarter.
Yeah, again, it's they've been impressive to watch, but look, here's the best part about all this, Chase. You're up 34-13 and you really haven't played great football yet, and that means that you're good enough to win games playing poorly in spots. That means you've got a lot of potential to be a really, really good football team. And again, expectations are for just that, for this Maverick football team to be a really good football team in 2015. Again, your first half stats and other information brought to you by Marshall ISD School Board member Brad Burris. Again, you're listening to the Patterson Motors halftime show. Also want to tell you about some of the halftime scoring recaps. That's brought to you by Brad Burris, Century 21 Select Group. We already shared that with you. That's a family-owned and operated office that strives to provide the high quality of service that individuals expect from a Century 21 office. Brad Burris and his team of agents are simply the best choice for all your real estate needs. Proud to be the #1 real estate company in Marshall and conveniently located at 215 East Travis in Marshall. You're listening to the Patterson Motors halftime show. I'll have a guest when we come back from a break. It'll be a man who has been a part of this Maverick program for a little bit more than 35 years. He's been doing something for 35 years, but he's been a Maverick for much longer than that. Is that right? Just shake your head yes, because I don't want your mystery guest upcoming. All right. Stick around. Maverick football continues in a moment.
If saving money matters, then you need to get to Patterson Toyota in Marshall, Texas. Richard Trawick, and we have the largest discounts and the lowest rates in East Texas. Take $7,000 off any new 2015 Toyota Avalon and get 1.9% financing. That's right. Come pick out your new 2015 Toyota Avalon, take $7,000 off the MSRP, get 1.9% financing, and you drive it home today. And it's only at Patterson Toyota, Highway 59 in Marshall.
It's a Maverick Stampede in 2015. Cameron Haller with the carry around the left side, now reverses field. Inside the 10-5, touchdown Cameron Haller. The young man has done it again. Midfield and more, and it's a foot race.
Bye-bye.
Chavis Mills, 10-5, touchdown Mavericks.
I'm telling you, they're not going to catch Chavis Mills.
Join me and Chase Palmer for every exciting call of Marshall Maverick football right here on your home for the Mavs, KMHT, and EastTexasToday.com.
At Panola National Bank, we represent integrity in community banking. As a source of financial strength, we're here participating in local events, helping local charities, and serving the financial needs of East Texas. At Panola National Bank, we value the strong relationships we've forged with our customers. Don't forget to download our free apps for mobile banking to better serve your on-the-go banking needs. Panola National Bank, member FDIC, and an equal housing lender.
Stop by and see Royce Clements at 2203 Victory Drive in Marshall.
Roden's 506 East End Boulevard, the Whirlpool washer and dryer with the new touchscreen technology. The machine will remember your setting. Energy efficient, easy on the fabric, and the dryer will be a gentle dry with higher moisture removal, extending the life and the wear of the fabric. Consider this washer and dryer combination now. Also, KitchenAid and Maytag. Sizzling summer sales on now at Roden's Appliances, 506 East End Boulevard, where they sell only appliances and they service what they sell.
Choosing an insurance agency to handle all your insurance needs can be time-consuming and sometimes confusing. The professional staff at Brown Rig Insurance Agency wants to put your mind at ease. The staff at Brown Rig Insurance will bring their knowledge and experience to the table and provide you with cost-effective insurance solutions. Come by 303 West Austin in Marshall or 110 East Lafayette in Jefferson, or call 903-938-8888 and let Brown Rig Insurance take the worry out of protecting your valuable assets.
School's back. Time to dust off that backpack, sharpen your pencils, and save big on the most important tool of all, super fast internet. For a limited time, when you get Fidelity's high-speed internet with blazing fast 100 meg download speeds, we'll give you 200 channels of free TV for a year, or choose 20 meg internet for just $29.99 a month for a year. As always, there's no data caps, no contract, and free installation. Call your local Fidelity office today, or order online at fidelitycommunications.com/freetv.
Certified Collision and Glass, 4008 Easton Boulevard South, Marshall, Texas.
Eric Nichols and his staff will hook you up with complete collision repair and have your car looking like it came from the factory. Now, no one wants to be in an accident, but hey, happens. Certified Collision and Glass will provide you with free estimates and a lifetime warranty. Certified Collision and Glass is also iCar certified. Go see the pros at Certified Collision and Glass, 4008 Easton Boulevard South in Marshall.
Kinco Pools is Marshall's most recommended builder for custom pools and spas. That's because Kinco is a full-service company with chemicals, parts, and supplies for all your maintenance needs. Kinco is licensed and bonded to design and build the pool of your dreams for a price your budget can't afford. Now's the time to visit Kinco Pools and Spas in their new location on Sedbury Street, across from Walmart in Marshall. For repair and service, Kinco recommends Marshall specialist Jeff's Complete Pool Service.
Patterson Motors halftime show. Marshall on top of the Royse City Bulldogs, 34-13. That too loud, Joe?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. It's
That's
these
okay.
things. Well, there you go. I just gave it away. Guest this evening is Mr. Joe Martino, who has been a part of this Maverick program for, 41 years is what we decided. But you've been filming Maverick football for 35 years.
This is number 35.
This is number 35.
Yep.
I'm 32. How does that make you feel?
Well, it makes me feel fine. Because you look older than me, so I don't feel bad.
You know what? You're right. It has been a long week. I tell you what, if you want to, what are we doing? Oh, we're taking a picture. Chase Palmer's flashing some photos up here in the booth where we got a full moon tonight, Joe, here at Royse City ISD Stadium. First of all, you've gone to a lot of stadiums.
Oh,
you got a lot of places. This is a nice one.
Yes. I told some of the people upstairs I'm on the 4th floor. Y'all are on the 2nd floor. I mean, it's hard to believe that this location out here, right? You can see I-30 and a beautiful building over here. I was telling you guys before the game, this is the Royce Swinney building, athletic complex building over there, and it's named after the guy that has been filming here for 39 years. Now, I'm not hinting at anything, but maybe in 4 more years I can get something named after me.
We got to see about getting an athletic complex of some sort, or perhaps like a film deck, right?
Yeah,
like a really nice film deck.
Or a locker room. Or
a locker room, something
room,
like that. Yeah, something named after Joe Martin. You tell you what, I know people. I'll talk to him for you, Joe.
All right, good.
But let's talk about this. You've been doing this for 35 years, so you've seen a lot of Marshall Maverick football. You've seen a lot of programs. You've seen state championships.
That's right.
You've seen a state championship, but you've seen, look, let's talk about that for a minute. It's been 25 years. 25 years ago, this time of year, that 1990 Maverick football team was getting started on their journey towards that state championship. There was high expectations though for those teams because 88 and 89, Odessa and all. I mean, they were there. They were getting close. It was there, making long runs to the playoffs, and then got there in 90. Talk about those few years right there where expectations got to the point to where you guys expected to be playing for a state championship.
At that time I was a high school administrator, and I look back and I remember myself and some of the assistant principals, and we hired police officers because the ticket booth was down there close to the gym, actually in the building, and people would camp out all night long to get in line for tickets to the ball games. We sold standing room only, and 90 was the state championship, I agree, but 88 and 89, those teams were just as well coached and just as well prepared, just fell on some injury things, and then the deal with Dallas Carter being put out later on when they defeated us there in the closing seconds on the pass to Jesse Armstead and stuff. So we had a chance really 88, 89, and 90 to take all 3 of them. And I don't want to slight any of those athletes on those other 2 years because they were all great kids. I worked with them as an administrator and a great coaching staff, and just wonderful times.
Jesse Armstead. Now, a lot of folks who are familiar with all that would know who Jesse Armstead is. Now, guys like me, I knew that he played at Dallas, Carter, because when he got to the NFL and became an All-Pro, people were like, oh yeah, he's a local hometown kid, because he actually ended up playing for a division rival of the Cowboys, a team he grew up as a fan of, and I remember that being a kind of a big deal. Got Bill Parcells and things like that. Jesse Armstead had a really, really nice career, a career that included a touchdown catch against the Marshall Mavericks. But Joe, as far as all the Maverick football you've seen, other than that state championship team, what has been some of the more? Let's forget those 88, 89, 90. Do you have a favorite team? Do you have a favorite year other than that?
You know what?
Going to those are great experiences, aren't they?
Yeah, and doing this for 35 years, the reason I do it is because I love each and every coaching staff and each and every year. I was part of a staff when I went to work that was 2-8. I was part of a group that went 1-9, and then I was part of the group with Coach Southern that we went to back-to-back state championship games. And it's hard to put your finger on one that's better than the other, and still being welcomed at the field house and still having the kids recognize you and speak to you. It's just a great situation. And I do want to say one thing. I had a coach that worked with me at the junior high, Mike Griffiths, that probably for 6, 7, 8 years we filmed together. We filmed 2 cameras. I would do offense, he would do defense, or one or the other, and then he stayed in administration after I retired, and he's now doing some other things there in the community. But we worked well together, traveled together, and talked hunting and fishing and football. And I know he's across the way tonight. And the one year I missed in there was in 2007 when I was diagnosed with cancer, and as a result of my treatments ending and just being tired and down and loss of weight and things. But it so happened that year I was out in 2007 that I missed. My son was on the coaching staff, and he did the video that year, the film, so it kind of fell right in place.
Yeah,
so
it's the same thing.
We still had a Martino in there.
Yeah, I've still had a Martino. See, I got here in 08. I got here. Man, that's hard to believe, too. This will be, I guess, my 7th full year doing Maverick football, which to catch you, I got a long way to go. But it doesn't take long to get here. It doesn't take long to get here because, 2008, I remember Bo was a baseball coach and everything else, and I was doing games where he's coaching JV, and Todd Hammock was the coach there. I mean, it just seems like yesterday. It just doesn't take very long at all.
It's one thing I'm looking forward to with this team this year is after this week, we have an open date in there, but the whole month of September, we're off 1 week and we're home for 3 weeks, and I can't wait for the people of Marshall that don't have the ability to travel this far to a game to pack those stands in the next month and watch this team, because this is a lot of fun. It's exciting.
I'll say this. I have heard so many stories from guys like Chase Palmer, guys like Clint Harper, guys like Brad Burris, guys like Kurt Truelove, guys that played on that 90 state championship team. I've heard them from you. I've heard them from Reggie. There was a time where that stadium, Maverick Stadium, you had to have extra bench, extra bleachers and everything. It was standing room only. I've heard so many stories about that place being packed to capacity, where people had to park across the street 59 because you just couldn't get into a parking lot anywhere on Maverick Drive or anywhere else. I would love to see that one day. I would love to know what it feels like to be in an environment like that with just thousands and thousands of screaming, rowdy high school football fans. I would love to see that. I think this team has the potential not only to reach great heights this year, but to put some butts in the seats, man. They're fun.
Well, and like I said, I can't wait to be home next week. I'm going to see them whether they're on the road or at home.
Yeah.
But the people that can't travel to get out next week and watch some of this excitement. I mean, the defense started out a little bit questionable. Now one side was having a little problem, but they made adjustments. And you watch when they come out second half. That's what's so good about our coaching staff. They coach. They'll make adjustments. A lot of that stuff you won't see. Defense might be a little bit behind starting out right now, but this offense just lights up the scoreboard, and I want the people to come out.
Well, Joe, we'll be home next week. Our home opener for 2015, the first of 3 consecutive ball games at home. We got an open week the following week. We got a whole month where we don't have to leave Marshall. That's beautiful. Whereas last year, it seemed like we were on the road all the time. A couple of years ago, you remember we didn't play our first home game until, because we had to go, I think we had a a home game and then a road game, and then we were in Shreveport, and then we had the off week, and then we had to go play Hallsville at Hallsville. And I think one of the songs you played during pregame was that home song by the guy who won American Idol, that you're make this place your home. So anyway, first home game of the season next Friday night. It is the first of 3 consecutive games at the Friendly Confines. The man, the myth, the legend, my good friend, Mr. Joe Martino, 35 years with the Marshall Mavericks, filming 41 years as a Marshall Maverick overall. Now you came from Pittsburgh, right?
No. The other side of the state, but I'm still a Steeler.
You're still a Steeler fan. Now, how'd that happen?
Nittany Lion.
Okay, how'd that happen?
I went to Stephen F. Austin, my high school basketball coach. I lived in a small town, and he said if you graduate from high school and you don't leave this area, you'll probably be here the rest of your life. So he talked me into trying out coming to Stephen F. Austin, and I moved to Texas, and I've been here ever since. And it was a good thing for me. I really don't have anybody back home now since I lost Mom and Dad a few years back. So Marshall's home, the only place I ever coached and the only place I ever want to be.
You're always welcome at my place, Joe.
Well, I appreciate
Hang out with me anytime.
And I do want to say one thing. I didn't think we were ever going to get here tonight. It was the craziest trip. I felt like we went through Horton, Louisiana to get here. We've been all over the state of Texas, but we made it.
It was fun, though. You know, it's another experience and another memory that we'll just add to the many that we've made.
Yeah, but we're not going home the same way, I promise.
Joe Martino, thanks for stopping by. 34-13 at half. Here in Royse City, Texas, the team's getting back onto the field as we will step aside and be back to kick this second half off. The Patterson Motors halftime show is just about set to wrap up. Maverick football continues in just a moment. Stay tuned.
Saving money matters, and you need to get to Patterson Toyota in Marshall, Texas. Hey, East Texas, it's Richard Trawick at Patterson Toyota, where we've got the biggest discounts and the lowest rates. Like 2015 Toyota Camrys, take $4,000 off and get 1.9% financing. Or 2015 Toyota Priuses, take $5,000 off and get 1.9% financing. That's right, we're giving the biggest discounts and the lowest rates, and it's only at Patterson Toyota, Highway 59 in Marshall.
No matter how you tailgate, Marshall Automotive Tire Pros, your complete automotive service center, has you covered. You'll always receive friendly customer service, high-quality work by our ASE certified technicians, and your tire investments is protected by Tire Pros warranty package featuring free roadside assistance. Marshall Automotive Tire Pros carries all major tire brands, including Michelin, Firestone, Goodyear, Netto, Cooper, and many more. Don't get sidelined this season. Visit Marshall Automotive Tire Pros on East Pinecrest in Marshall or MarshallTirePros.com.
Outstanding performance, broader coverage options, high quality, top priority service, and claims processing. All faster than a blue streak. Brown Rig Insurance has earned Blue Streak agent status from the Central Insurance Companies. The knowledgeable, experienced staff at Brown Rig are committed to providing you the very best in service, protection, and peace of mind. Visit our offices in Marshall or Jefferson, or contact us at 903-938-8888. Brown Rig Insurance, your hometown Blue Streak agent.
For all things Marshall Maverick football, join me, Jamie Horton, and the head coach of your Marshall Mavericks, Clint Harper, every Tuesday night from 7 to 8 during the football season for Tuesday Night Football with the Coach. Brought to you by the Andrews Group. Listen live and hear it first as we break down and preview every week of exciting Marshall Maverick football. That's Tuesday Night Football with the Coach, brought to you by the Andrews Group.
Certified Collision and Glass, 4008 Easton Boulevard South, Marshall, Texas. Eric Nichols and his staff will hook you up with complete collision repair and have your car looking like it came from the factory. Now, no one wants to be in an accident, but hey, happens. Certified Collision and Glass will provide you with free estimates and a lifetime warranty. Certified Collision and Glass is also iCar certified. Go see the pros at Certified Collision and Glass, 4008 Easton Boulevard South in Marshall.
Rodin's Appliances, 506 East End Boulevard North at the overpass. They want to introduce you to the Whirlpool refrigerator, 28 cubic feet, 4-door. Extra refrigerated drawer for easy access, easy slide storage bins, indoor ice, tap touch controls, adjustable gallon door bins, ice and water filter, Whirlpool beauty, capacity, dependability. Whirlpool, the brand to trust. And Rodin's, where they service what they sell. 506 East End Boulevard North, Marshall, Texas.
Cruising to Padre with the top down was the best. That was before we had the kids, all 3 of them. We went from 2-seater to sedan to minivan, joy rides to family trips, detailing to fixing dents from bikes and skateboards.
Life fast forwards. Keep up with Texas Farm Bureau insurance and protection that changes as fast as your taste in cars. It's the right coverage for any moment, because moments worth covering are never accidents.
For your insurance needs in Marshall, Hallsville, and Harrison County, call Debbie Gary at 903-660-2600.
At Panola National Bank, we represent integrity in community banking. As a source of financial strength, we're here participating in local events, helping local charities, and serving the financial needs of East Texas. At Panola National Bank, we value the strong relationships we've forged with our customers. Don't forget to download our free apps for mobile banking to better serve your on-the-go banking needs. Panola National Bank, member FDIC, and an equal housing lender.
Stop by and see Royse Clements at 2203 Victory Drive in Marshall.
To 13, the good guys on top as the Patterson Motors halftime show has wrapped up. It is time now for the second half kickoff in just a moment, and it's brought to you by the Paisley Rose as the second half kicks off. The Paisley Rose remind you that they're avid supporters of the Marshall Mavericks. The Paisley Rose invites all Maverick fans and boosters to stop by and have monogramming done on hats, shirts, sweatshirts, or other memorabilia. Don't forget to take care of mom and dad while you're there. Check out their selection of adorable children, toddler, and baby items. That's the Paisley Rose, just off the square there, I believe, in Marshall.
That's it.
At least last time I was there, they were.
I'll tell you what, Mr. Jamie Horton, that's pretty impressive to be filming the Marshall Mavericks for 34 years.
I tell you what, I love Joe. I mean, Joe was just an amazing guy,
That's right.
so to speak, first and foremost, but he's one of the first people that befriended me when I got to Marshall as a newbie. And, we have just developed a really awesome relationship. I love Joe to death. He's like family, but I enjoy visiting with him every single time. He's watched a lot of Maverick football.
Yeah, he is a good fella. Very good guy. Has helped a whole lot of people in Marshall. And tell you what, we're lucky to have him. We're glad he moved from West Texas to out here to the east. So the Marshall Mavericks will be set to receive the second half kickoff. Our score 34-13. The Mavericks on top of Royse City. Back deep for Marshall will be number 1, Terrell Patton. He'll be standing from his own 12-yard line. As we're just about to get this one kicked off.
And again, the second half kickoff brought to you by the Paisley Rose. Marshall will move right to left on your radio dial to start this second half of play. And again, it's Terrell Patton, Javis Mills back deep. Terrell Patton up towards the far hash mark, towards the right hash mark, and Mills down here on the near side. I realize we got some connection issues. Working on it. Have only one bar right now for whatever reason. It's a short kickoff, fielded at the 25-yard line. Moving to his right is Bacardi Moore. He'll take it across the 30 and up to the 35-yard line. So Bacardi Moore with about a 10-yard kickoff return on the start of this second half. And again, do apologize. Do realize we got some connection issues right now, but it's a signal issue all the way out here. We had problems finding this place, first of all.
Oh yeah,
and then it just comes out and you're wide open here. We're close to a rock wall and all that good stuff. It just comes out of nowhere. We took the country roads. So Marshall football, the Maverick 35-yard line at the right hash. It'll be Justin Hart in at quarterback, and he'll fake the give to Mills. Now throw to his right, and nobody was looking. He was looking for Clayton Garrett, and Garrett was out there blocking. He never turned around to look at the football, so that was a bad play from go.
That was some miscommunication there. Clayton Garrett, I think, was supposed to be running a 5-yard hitch, and instead he went out and blocked and overthrown there. So that's going to be only Justin Hart's second incomplete pass. It'll bring up 2nd down and 10 for Marshall. The ball spotted at the Maverick 35-yard line. 11:43 left to go here in the third quarter. Marshall up 34-13.
2nd down and 10. Again, right hash here. Hart in at quarterback. This time he'll fake the give, throw out to the right side, and I believe that is Bacardi Moore. Hard to tell. Again, we are way up here, but I think that's number 11, Chase.
I think it is. That's going to be Bacardi Moore. It's going to be a 2-yard pass?
Sorry, that's Jaquavian Dabbs.
Was that Dabbs?
11 and 17 kind of looks similar, okay? So it's Jaquavian Dabbs. He just got a couple of yards up to the 37-yard line. So 3rd down and 8 here. So the Mavericks come out of the locker room and miscommunication on the first play. A little 2-yard dump off on the second play. A 3rd down and long here for the Mavericks on top 34-13. Just underway here in the second half. Hart being flushed now rolls to his left. Now throws back across his body just to get rid of the football. And is hit as he got rid of it.
Well, there's a lot of extra.
Incomplete. Yeah, there is. I'd tell you, that's twice that he's gotten rolled over on top of and not been let go of.
Yeah, that's a lot of extracurricular activity there from number 7, Johnny Solis. He makes the hit after Hart gets rid of the football and wouldn't let him off the ground. So that's going to bring up a 4th down for Marshall. Not how Marshall wanted to start the second half. 3 and out for the Mavericks. They'll be punting from their own 37-yard line.
Alan Martinez standing back at his own 24-yard line, waiting to receive the snap from Clayton Garrett, the long snapper. Good snap. Martinez with another good kick, his second punt of the night. It's fielded at the 31-yard line.
There's a block in the back.
There's a block in the back. There's the flag. The ball carrier breaks one tackle at the 31, gets up to the 34-yard line. He only got 3 yards on the return, but this will be a block in the back.
That was as clear as day. It was kind of funny.
Yeah, he did it right in front of the official, too.
You could see the gunner for Marshall got behind his blocker, and the guy, I mean, he might as well have put a bullseye on his back. He just ran up and clocked him right in front of the official. That'll be a 10-yard walk-off from the spot, and it'll put Royse City all the way back inside their 20. They'll mark them right about the 20, maybe the 19-yard line.
Yeah, he got Geno Smith.
There you go. That's right.
Is that a thing?
Geno Smith?
Yeah.
It's hard to say that last
when
Smith.
When you become like a verb or whatever. It's like a few years ago. I remember you heard of Timofey Mozgov. Right, he's the center right now for the Cleveland Cavaliers, but Blake Griffin jumped over and and they call it getting Mozgov for.
Yes.
You got Geno Smith.
Yes, I got you.
All right, write that one down at home, folks, so you can use that one. That's yours to keep. It'll be Vance with the keeper. He's hit and dropped, but not before he got a gain of about 4, maybe 5 yards up to the 25. They're on first down. Again, 34-13, Marshall on top, a minute having gone by here in the third quarter.
Good tackle there by Marjay Smith. He came from the backside defensive end position. He ran all the way back across the field and made the tackle. But again, not before that big 5-yard pickup. What Royse City is doing is it's kind of their idea of a Cameron Howler play. It's just the Wildcat quarterback go. Whoop, bad snap.
The snap goes through the hands of Vance. He'll pick it up. Now he'll fall on it at the 13, which is the right move, and that's a veteran move right there because he actually, for just a second, thought about trying to pick up that football and try to make a play, but there were 3 Mavericks that were very quick to get to that football, and Vance will just fall on it. That goes all the way back to the 13-yard line, so that'll be, a loss of 12 yards there on second down, brings up a 3rd down and a mile here for the Bulldogs. That's going to be close to about 20 yards, Chase. 3rd down and roughly 17, maybe. Where are they?
Yeah, they're all
17.
The way back. Yeah, they're all the way back about the
13-yard line. 3rd down and 17 upcoming here for the Bulldogs. Vance in the shotgun, takes a snap, looks right, throws the fade. As a man, pushes the defender out of the way, tries to cut back inside of Brandon Jernigan, and it goes in and out of the hands of the intended target, and that is Cooper Abdu for the Royse City Bulldogs. 4th down.
I tell you what, though, and he was there. Brandon Jernigan didn't turn to look to see where the football was.
He's lucky he didn't get the penalty on that one for not looking back looking back for the football, I should say. But Abdu probably did him a favor by moving him out of the way and giving himself an opportunity to catch that football.
Obvious punting situation here for Royse City. I can't imagine you would fake it from your 13, but Marshall has no one back deep.
Yeah, there's no trust there. That is a lack of trust right there. Another very, very short kick. It'll take a Royse City bounce at the Royse City 40 and roll up to the 42-yard line. So Marshall, with their first possession of the third quarter, have 42. Well, they're giving 43 yards to go for a touchdown. Again, that's another thing. We don't have huge numbers as far as yardage tonight.
Yeah.
That's because we've started with great field position all night long.
I can tell you they don't do a lot of kicking here at Royse City. They have really some deficiencies in their kicking game. Their punt team and their extra points it's an experience with each one of those attempts.
That'll be Cameron Haller in at quarterback. Gives it straight ahead to Chavis Mills. Had a little bit of a seam, and he's got a first down. Boy, Chavis, that's all he needs is just a little bit of a crease chase, and before you know it, he's got 10 yards up to the 33-yard line, and it happens so quick.
Chavis Mills, special player. That's just the Wildcat read. That's that read option, and it gave it there to Chavis.
Quickly back to the line of scrimmage. This time it's Mills again. Leaps over a defender at the 30-yard line and is taken down at the 27. And Mills, again, with another nice chunk of yardage picked up right there. That's a 6 yards on first down. We'll bring up a second down and 4 here for the Mavericks. 9:01 left to go in the third. 34-13. Marshall with the lead and the football.
Good run there by Chavis Mills. Same play. They were in the Wildcat. Back there is Haller. He reads, gives it to Chavis Mills. Pick up of 6.5.
At the 27, it'll be Haller with a little throw out to the right as Chavis Mills catching it in the flat. Spins away at the 30, trying to fight for that first down marker, and will actually be taken down for no gain. Maybe got a yard, so it'll bring up a third down here in about 3 here for the Mavericks.
Yeah, it looks like they might have given him the
line of actually gave him it's line of scrimmage, so no gain there. Third down and 4 upcoming for the Mavericks. That's Haller's second completion of the night. This time, he'll keep it. Up the middle he goes. Cameron Haller with a big hole. Up to the 20, trying to find the corner, and gets taken out of bounds at the 11-yard line. Cameron Haller was looking for his 5th touchdown of the night. Instead, we'll have a Porta-John Marshall Maverick first down.
How many yards is that, Jamie? I tell you what, he picked up a
16.
big game there. 16 yards from Haller, but what he does well, as you've seen him do, that stiff arm, it is dangerous. He put one guy on the ground and was looking for another and just ran out of real estate, pushed him out of bounds right about the 11-yard line of Royse City.
At the left hash at the Royse City 11-yard line, Marshall knocking on the door, 8:10 left for the third, 34-13. This time Hart will give it to Cameron Haller, who's in the backfield, and he gets inside the 10, fights his way up to the 6-yard line. 5 yards there for Cameron Haller after he was hit almost immediately, and he's just an incredibly strong young man, and when he gets going north and south, it's hard to bring him down with just an arm.
I tell you what, right now Marshall doing nothing really fancy. It is straight runs up the middle. They're just reading off of the outside man on that end, and the quarterback either gives or keeps, and really moving the ball right now is the Maverick offense. 7:32, they're inside the 10, about the 7. Snap back to Hart. He'll hand it off again to Cameron Haller.
Stutter step inside the 5, fighting, and he's across. That's 5 touchdowns.
Easy sneezy.
For the 5th time tonight, Cameron Haller will reach the end zone. And Marshall back on the scoreboard. They've got an even 40, trying to tack on the extra point here with 7:19 to go in the third quarter. Marshall starting to run away with this one just a little bit. 6 plays on that drive.
And I think that was a 7-yard run there for Haller to get in the end zone.
It certainly was, Chase. It certainly was.
Tell you what, he's on fire tonight. What's that, 5, Jamie?
5 touchdowns for Cameron Haller. His backfield mate, Chavis Mills, with the other score. Alan Martinez with the PAT right down the middle. 7:19 to go in the third period. Marshall on top, 41-13 over the Royse City Bulldogs. Maverick football continues in just a moment.
For all things Marshall Maverick football, join me, Jamie Horton, and the head coach of your Marshall Mavericks, Clint Harper, every Tuesday night from 7 to 8 during the football season for Tuesday Night Football with the Coach. Brought to you by the Andrews Group. Listen live and hear it first as we break down and preview every week of exciting Marshall Maverick football. That's Tuesday Night Football with the Coach, brought to you by the Andrews Group.
Rodens Appliance, 506 Easton Boulevard North, your hometown appliance dealer. Rodens is also your home for Whirlpool appliances. Go check out their Whirlpool Double Oven, the industry's largest capacity freestanding range. Whirlpool ranges are energy efficient, and they also feature a steam cleaning, which cleans 9 times faster than traditional ovens. Whirlpool's hidden bake element gives you that smooth, easy-to-clean surface. Whirlpool at Rodens, where they service what they sell. Chase, I hate to make this comparison, but it wasn't that long ago that a guy named Darius Jones kind of took Marshall. He was the athlete. He was the guy in Marshall. and he ended up at Baylor.
Yep.
You know that.
Good guy.
And I love Darius. Man, still keep in touch with him. He was still here my first year of getting here, or getting to Marshall, I should say. I tell you what, though, Cameron Haller might be one of the best to come through in a long, long time. Martinez's kick is fielded on the far side of the field. A good return here as the ball carrier gets across the 30 and is taken down off his feet at the 34-yard line. That's where Royse City will begin. There's, what is this, their first possession of the second half?
This is their second possession.
Second possession of the second half, that's right.
And that's Micah Smith, 6'1", 200-pound strong safety, makes the tackle there. Tell you what, I think we're in for a big year from number 21, Micah Smith, as he gets more settled in that safety position, moving from a linebacker position. I think he's going to do some great things.
You know, Chase, he quietly came on last year, too. I mean, we called his name a lot, but it was just, you know, it just didn't seem, I don't know how to explain it. And he's got the prototypical body for the position that he plays. He's worked hard. I don't know if you've ever looked at him.
Oh, yeah.
He's a chiseled kid. He looks just like Darren Woodson.
Kid works extremely hard, does a good job.
41-13 Marshall. Vance will give it off to his ball carrier straight ahead, and he's met and dropped immediately. And is that number 99?
That's big, Antonio Washington.
Hey, Dub.
Oh, what a play there. Came from the defensive end position. Going to be a loss of about half of a yard. I tell you what, that's a really, really good job there from Antonio Washington. It'll bring up second down. They're going to say he might have gotten back to the line of scrimmage. Second and long 10.
At the 35 of Royse City at the left hash, it's Vance again. He'll give it off to his ball carrier. That's Hayden. He'll get a couple of yards. Had an opportunity there, but Trell Patton, fighting off a block from his corner position, comes up to make the stop. And if he hadn't, Hayden had a lot of room around that edge, but just a gain of 3 right there to the 38-yard line of Royse City. So it brings up a 3rd down and 7 for the Bulldogs.
Great play by Trell Patton. That should have been a much longer run there from Royse City, but he broke down, made a great tackle.
3rd down and 7. Vance in the shotgun, takes the snap, rolls right, looks that way. Throws out there and through the hands of Macon. The catch is made at the 45 and across midfield into Maverick territory goes the receiver. And that is number 4 for Royse City. And I just dropped my paper. That's Devontae Alexander. That's his second grab of the night.
Oh, that was just
Macon.
a hair from an interception. I mean,
it's Macon. He's making plays.
Oh, man. He had that football, and it was just a little bit too tall for him. And that'll bring up a first down. I'm going to try to get away from you. I think I'm...
No, it's that wireless mic. That's what it is. 41-13. It's Vance. Now his pass is tipped at the line of scrimmage, intercepted. And it is going to be a pick 6 because I think it ended up in the hands of Trell Patton. There's a block in the... Boy, please don't get away with that.
No, that wasn't a block in the back.
Okay.
That was a great block from Trell Patton. That's not Trell Patton.
Yeah, who is that? Who's the one that scored? That happened on the far side of the field.
I think it's Macon.
Is it Macon?
It looks like number 2.
Well, the ball was tipped up in the air. Vance's pass tipped up in the air, and there were 4 Marshall Maverick jerseys around it.
Hey, let me tell you something. That's Macon without... I think he scored without a shoe. I think that is Macon. I think he threw a shoe and still scored. What a run by Macon, and what a block by Trell Patton. I mean, that was a clean block, great block.
Well, the Travion Macon is having a heck of a night. And he started to come on there in that second quarter, Chase. That's the first turnover, the first takeaway of the year for the Marshall Mavericks.
And you're seeing the defensive line get their hands up, and that's a big, big difference from the first half.
Was that a 56-yard interception for a touchdown? The kick is up and good. 5:50 left to go in this third period. It's 48-13. It's all Big Red here tonight. Maverick football continues in just a moment.
Kinco Pools is Marshall's most recommended builder for custom pools and spas. That's because Kinco is a full-service company with chemicals, parts, and supplies for all your maintenance needs. Kinco is licensed and bonded to design and build the pool of your dreams for a price your budget can't afford. Now's the time to visit Kinco Pools and Spas in their new location on Sedbury Street, across from Walmart in Marshall. For repair and service, Kinco recommends Marshall specialist Jeff's Complete Pool Service.
School's back. Time to dust off that backpack, sharpen your pencils, and save big on the most important tool of all, super fast internet. For a limited time, when you get Fidelity's high-speed internet with blazing fast 100 meg download speeds, we'll give you 200 channels of free TV for a year. Or choose 20 meg internet for just $29.99 a month for a year. As always, there's no data caps, no contract, and free installation. Call your local Fidelity office today or order online at fidelitycommunications.com/freetv.
Come on now, Big Red. Come on now.
It's a 35-point Maverick lead, 48-13, as Martinez puts his boot to it, taken at the 1 yard line in the corner. Now the ball carrier takes it out, and he's breaking tackles. He gets across the 20 and taken out of bounds at about the 23-yard line. DeTravian Macon, the sophomore, with a 58-yard pick six.
Hey, I'm telling you, and he blew a wheel. I mean, he blew a wheel and still outran everybody. And Trell Patton with a great block. I know you think that was a block in the back. It wasn't.
Well,
Was
I just caught it late. I got to apologize to everybody. I'm a little gassed. It's been a long week.
I
for the first football, how did I end up with one? How was there always two, and now I just got one?
I don't know. They're morphing. Our rosters are morphing.
I'm telling you what, Chase.
But listen.
Now is not the time.
Hey, it's a party. It's a party up here right now. The Mavericks are rolling 48-13, and the defense has made some adjustments after halftime, and you can see them on the football field right now.
I got to tell you, it wasn't that long ago where I was bored by this time because the Mavericks were getting beaten by 50 points. There's another tip, as Vance almost had another one.
Guess who
picked
tipped
off,
it?
and
Guess
it's
who tipped
DeTravian Macon getting his hands on the ball again.
I tell you, it's 5'11", 180-pound sophomore. Get ready, folks. You're going to hear that name a lot. DeTravian Macon is all over the place right now.
I got to tell you, this is boy. Look, here's the thing. All right, the Carlisle Law Firm Player of the Game. It's hard to beat a guy who's got 5 touchdowns, but Macon's making a case.
He is making.
He is making a case, and we're going to have a lot of fun with his name
That's
this
right.
year.
2nd down and 10 for Royse City from their own 20-yard line.
Now Vance will throw it out to his right, and the catch is made. And boy, trying to load up for a big hit right there. He was just enough to get the ball carrier down. Looks like Brandon Jernigan in on the stop. The catch was made by number 4, Devontae Alexander, his 3rd grab of the night. But Jernigan loading up right there for a big hit.
Good tackle, and it stopped him short, so it's going to bring up 3rd down, a long 3 for Royse City.
About 3 yards here, right hash. It'll be Vance. He'll give it off straight ahead. Hayden bounces it out to the left.
Oh,
and there's Micah Smith.
Too much bouncing.
Micah Smith comes off the block on the edge.
What a great
Gets him
play.
at the shoulder pads and brings him down for no gain. This Maverick defense.
What a great play by Micah Smith.
We need to start talking about them.
Oh, no, hey, that's a good play by
Maverick
Micah
defense,
Smith.
going back to the second quarter, have not allowed anything. I don't think they've allowed anything on this side of the field yet.
And the good part about that play is the interior line kept making him bounce it out. So they're going to go for it here, Jamie. 4th and about 1, and they're not going to get it. I think they were in
Marshall
no
called the timeout. Marshall will call a timeout. We're going to go ahead and take one with them. 48-13, Marshall on top of the Royse City Bulldogs. 4:28 left to go in the third. Maverick football continues in just a moment.
Certified Collision and Glass, 4008 Easton Boulevard South, Marshall, Texas. Eric Nichols and his staff will hook you up with complete collision repair and have your car looking like it came from the factory. Now, no one wants to be in an accident, but hey, happens. Certified Collision and Glass will provide you with free estimates and a lifetime warranty. Certified Collision and Glass is also iCar certified. Go see the pros at Certified Collision and Glass, 4008 Easton Boulevard South in Marshall.
If you love your high school, Texas Bank & Trust has a great new way to show your pandemonium. It's with the new Texas Bank & Trust High School Pandemonium Visa check cards. These cards have high school colors and mascots from many East Texas schools. Use the Pandemonium card for your normal, everyday purchases and show your school spirit at the same time. Texas Bank & Trust Pandemonium Visa check cards. The one card fans demand. Texas Bank & Trust. Strength, stability, service, and Pandemonium cards.
Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Left to go in the third quarter after 48-13. Marshall on
Big
top.
play, not going to get it.
Down,
Oh,
and
my
there you
goodness.
go.
Look at that.
Marcus Smith running him down from behind, I do believe, Chase.
Hey, that's Anthony Washington in there, too.
That's what I said. That's what I said. It's the same thing.
Hey, let's set that play up. While we were away, they were going to go for it on 4th down. Not real wise there on Royse City's part. It was 4th and 1, and they tried to run the stretch play. They got in the Wildcat formation. Quarterback just takes off to the outside, and he ran into big number 98, Anthony Washington. It'll be a 5-yard loss. Antonio, sorry.
Anthony graduated.
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
So Marshall's going to start from the Royse City 26-yard line. 4:23 left to go in the third. The Mavericks up 48-13 with the football deep in Bulldog territory.
And again, starting a drive in Bulldog territory. And there you go, Justin Hart. We'll hand it off. That's Chavis Mills, and there you go. My goodness, did you see that burst? Touchdown, Chavis Mills. 26 yards out. Wow.
Offense.
He didn't get touched. Nobody touched him as soon as he hit the hole, Chase, right as he broke the plane of the line of scrimmage right there between his left tackle and his guard. That was it.
Hey,
that's
patience.
it. 88.
And out the gate.
That's what I'm talking about.
Patience around the outside. He waited for his blocker to push the end to the outside. He cut up inside after the end got pushed to the outside, and he was gone. Off to the races, hit the sideline. 26-yard touchdown from Chavis Mills. And that took, what, 5 seconds?
If Alan Martinez, PAT, is up and good, and it is now a 55-13 Maverick lead. They are scoring at will here, Chase. 4:12 left to go in the third. Marshall on top 55-13. Maverick football continues in just a moment. My goodness.
Certified Collision and Glass for auto, pickup truck, 18-wheeler repair. Certified Collision and Glass also specializes in body and glass repair from a rock chip to a complete installation. Now, Certified Collision and Glass has added the equipment and completed the training to repair the all-aluminum 2015 Ford F-150 pickup truck. Certified Collision and Glass, Highway 59 next to Marshall Ford in Marshall, Texas. Certified Collision and Glass, leading the way in collision repair.
Outstanding performance, broader coverage options, high quality, top priority service, and claims processing. All faster than a blue streak. Brown Rig Insurance has earned Blue Streak agent status from the Central Insurance Companies. The knowledgeable, experienced staff at Brown Rig are committed to providing you the very best in service, protection, and peace of mind. Visit our offices in Marshall or Jefferson, or contact us at 903-938-8888. Brown Rig Insurance, your hometown Blue Streak agent.
It is 55-13. Marshall on top. They scored 21 points in 8 minutes here in this third quarter. 4:12 left to go. Martinez will kick it to the goal line. The ball carrier will bring it out across the 20 to the 25 and falls forward to the 26-yard line. Royse City will start there with 4:03 left to go in the third. Again, Marshall on top, 55-13. One play, 26 yards. Chavis Mills with the touchdown just moments ago.
Good tackle there by number 44, Sheldon Williams on the coverage. And yes, Chavis Mills, buddy, Chavis Mills.
What was that?
We had to get Sheldon.
Did you say tackle?
Sheldon made a tackle there.
But did you say tackle?
I said tackle. Don't get on me right now.
I have no choice.
55-13. Big Reds in full stampede mode right now. And the Mavericks offense, I'm telling you folks, if you haven't seen it in the scrimmage, you need to come see it next week.
We're in cruise control right now. Now Vance will give it straight ahead. And boy, Royse City very content right now to just try to get out of here. Get out of here injury-free. They're not trying to get too fancy like they were in that first quarter. You know, I think once they kind of went through their bag of tricks, the Mavericks defense is not allowed
any
I don't think they've had. I think there's been 3 first downs by Royse City since midway through the second quarter.
And we're down 55-13, and you're running the dive. That's tough.
Now Vance will take the snap, now pitch it out as he rolls to his right, and his ball carrier goes 2 yards up to about the 28-yard line. And right now the Maverick defense is running to the football. They're playing inspired, and it certainly helps when you got a 42-point lead.
Well, that's Quincy Hutchinson and Greg Hood, both defensive linemen, both juniors there on that tackle. And what you are seeing now that you didn't see at the beginning is we look more sure of ourselves. We're running to the ball much better than we did in the first half.
This was a 14-13 game with 4 minutes left to go in the first quarter.
That's right.
Marshall's on a 41 to unanswered point streak here. And boy, that's a good catch right there. If he hung on to that football, and that's going to be enough for a first down as Vance completes it. And
Tackle.
I think he hit.
Tackle by Terrell Patton.
I can't see the number on the kid's jersey, but a nice job right there because Terrell Patton got there as soon as the ball did. And I thought he might have jarred it loose, but the kid was able to hang on to it. First down, Royse City to the 39-yard line. Now a quick throw out to the right. It's Hayden, and a nice job. That's Micah Smith coming up to make the tackle after a short gain of about a yard, maybe two, to the 41-yard line.
Well, I tell you what.
I like the Mavericks. Did you see the way they lined up that time?
Yes. And what Micah did is he let his man go because he saw it was going to be the quick screen pass, and he came up and made a great tackle. Thinking football player, he's an active football player. As long as he continues to get more reps, which he will, he's just going to get better and better as a safety.
Now, Vance, the blitz is on. The pass is tipped in the air and almost picked off again. I believe Antonio Washington got his hand on a football again, or is that Greg Hood?
I think that's everybody. Everybody you named was back there. So this is what you call pin your ears back and go. Marshall is blowing off that offensive line now.
2:10 left to go in the third. 55-13. Marshall all over the Royse City Bulldogs. Again, Chase, this was a 14-13 game. 41 unanswered by the Mavericks.
And the defense has really stepped up. They've played much better since the first quarter.
Shotgun here for Vance. He'll take the snap. Pressure from the edge. He'll step up into the middle of the pocket, and it collapses on him.
Big number
99, Antonio Washington, A-dub. You know it's him because every time he makes a play, he sticks the Maverick, the horns in the air.
I tell you what, that was Antonio Washington, but you also have to mention Greg Hood and number 80, Fred Robinson. They were all back there. It's really a jailbreak now for the defensive linemen. They're just pinning their ears back and going to the football, and it's a sack about every other play right now. 55-13 is our score.
Gotta kick it away here. Yeah.
They're going to go for it.
The Mavericks just don't trust them. They just don't trust them at all. Ever since the one punt where we had an opportunity at a punt return and he kicked it 17 yards, they're not going to punt here either. That's why they don't trust them, Chase.
Oh, I can't believe they went for it.
And they went for it. He throws it out of bounds, and Marshall's going to get the football at the 37-yard line of Royse City. Look, I know what they're trying to do. They're trying to keep it going, trying to make some plays. It's non-district. It's the first game of the season. You really got nothing to lose except maybe a player or two or something like that. But
hey,
you're adding insult to, I mean, look, because
the wheels are off.
We're going to run the football.
Yeah, the wheels are off.
But you still got to tackle. And we got kids that are hard to bring down. And I'm just saying, Chase, we've got an opportunity at a 28-point quarter here.
Royse City's wheels are completely off. I mean, they've got, it looks like they've got about 10 plays, and we've seen all 10 plays, and they have not deviated from those 10 plays. Once we kind of figured out what they were going to do, we've shut them down defensively.
Maverick football at the Bulldog 37-yard line, left hash. Justin Hart in the shotgun. He'll give it to Chavis Mills. Little stutter step in the backfield up across the 35, and it collapses on him up to about the 31-yard line. So a gain of 6 yards there for Chavis Mills on first down.
Patient runner does a good job of waiting on blockers, looking for the hole. When he hits it, he's moving pretty quickly. They're only going to give him 5 yards there on that carry. But a good job there by Chavis Mills being patient. Marshall patient now, kind of going slowly, getting the play in. 47 seconds left here in the third quarter. 55-13 our score. Marshall all over the Bulldogs. After an early 14-13 game, it's been all Marshall.
As the clock runs down, out of 35 seconds left for the third, 4 seconds on the play clock. Marshall slowing it down here. High snap, Harder is able to gather, now rolls and throws to his right. Has a man in that right flat, that's Jaquavian Dabbs. He's got a first down inside the 20, taken down at the 15-yard line.
Good play there. That's a little sprint out.
Yeah, that's some track star.
Yeah, snap out to Hart. He looks like he's going to sprint out to his right, stops, and then throws the ball out much like a screen, and Dabbs took it the rest of the way. Big play there from Dabbs. Reggie, how many yards was that one? 17 yards.
Enough.
To Jaquavian Dabbs, and it's a first down Marshall.
So he's knocked out of bounds. The clock stops with 21 seconds on the game clock. 10 seconds left on the play clock here for the Mavericks as they've slowed it down to a snail's pace, trying not to, if you will, rub it in, so to speak. They do get the snap off in time, and it's hard again. He'll throw it out to the left side this time, and it's Trell Patton stutter steps inside the 5, taken down at the 3-yard line. First down and goal to go for the Mavericks with 10 seconds left on the third quarter clock. That'll be the final play of the third quarter, but the Mavericks again knocking on the door.
I tell you what, that was a great play there by Hart. He was going to give that ball to Chavis Mills, pulled it out at the last minute, and threw again that little screen pass to Trell Patton, and he'll pick up 12 yards for a first down. We'll head to the fourth quarter. The Marshall Mavericks up 55-13. Stay with us. You're listening to Maverick Football on KMHT.
Word.
Kimco Pools is Marshall's most recommended builder for custom pools and spas. That's because Kimco is a full-service company with chemicals, parts, and supplies for all your maintenance needs. Kimco is licensed and bonded to design and build the pool of your dreams for a price your budget can't afford. Now's the time to visit Kimco Pools and Spas in their new location on Sedbury Street, across from Walmart in Marshall. For repair and service, Kimco recommends Marshall Specialist Just Complete Pool Service.
This is Matt Moll, General Manager of Marshall Ford Lincoln. You've got to come check us out for our summer sales event. We have incredible discounts and incentives like how about 0% for 72 months on Fiesta, Focus, Taurus, Escape, Explorer, and Expedition. In fact, you can come out with no money down and drive away in a brand new Fiesta for just $235 a month. That's no TTNL, no down payment, $235 a month. Come and see us on Highway 59 South. It's Marshall Ford, your 8-time winner, Ford's prestigious President's Award. Residency restrictions apply with approved credit through Ford Motor Credit.
We go to the fourth, 55-13, Marshall on top. First down and goal to go, Mavericks. Moving left to right now on your radio dial. It's hard. He'll give it straight ahead. Chavis Mills inside, and he's fighting for the end zone, and he reaches across. Touchdown, Chavis Mills. He's reached the end zone now for the third time tonight, and that one goes for 4 yards. Another Marshall Maverick touchdown. They extend to a 61-13 lead.
Oh, Chavis Mills, I'll tell you what, you can't cover just one person here for the Marshall Mavericks. Too many offensive weapons, and Marshall punches it in yet again. 61-13, our new score. 11:53 left to go after the 4-yard run from Chavis Mills.
Martinez on for the PAT. The snap is good, the hold is good, and the kick is up, and it is right down the middle. 11:53 left to go here tonight. 62-13 Mavericks. Chase, I'm gonna turn it over to you for just a second, okay?
I got you, my man. 62-13 for the Marshall Mavericks, and it is officially now. Reggie Cooper called it about 20 minutes ago, but it is officially a Maverick stampede. The Marshall offense is rocking and rolling. 62-13, our new score. 11:53 left to go here in the football game. And remember, folks, this was a close one early. It was 14-13, but it didn't stay that way long. 14-13 in the third, or in the first quarter, rather. Reggie Cooper showing me the stats here. In the third quarter alone, Marshall had 74 yards rushing, 31 yards passing, 105 yards of total offense. And it was a combination of Mills and Haller, and he scattered in a couple of good passes there from Hart. Hart having a wonderful night here tonight. He is, let's see here, he is 10 of 12, and he is just having a really, really good night here so far. And Marshall doing it from a lot of different positions and a lot of different folks on offense. Trell Patton has been in the mix. We've seen Jaquavian Dabbs here in the third quarter. He has 3 receptions for right at about 20 yards, right at 19 yards rather. So a lot of good things tonight for Marshall offensively, and a lot of good things for Marshall defensively here in the second half. Marshall has really done a good job on defense. Royse City has yet to cross midfield here in the second half. As we get ready for the kick, here comes the kick from the Mavericks. It's going to be a deep, deep kick. Royse City will take it right at the 4-yard line, 15, 20, 25, up to about the 30. Still on his feet is the Royse City Bulldog. He'll cross the 35. They'll mark him right about the 38-yard line. Good return there by Royse City. And that's going to be number 8, Artavius Brooks on the tackle for the Mavericks. 11:44 left to go here in the fourth quarter. Royse City will start from their own 38-yard line. 62-13 our score. Marshall has really opened this one up. Now in the third quarter, Dr. Cooper showing me -9 yards rushing for Royse City, 37 yards total passing. So Marshall's defense doing a much better job here in the second quarter. Royse City comes out cluster formation, 2 wide receivers split wide out to the right, 2 to the left, but they're right inside next to each tackle. Royse City will be in the shotgun. The running back will be immediately to his left. And they'll just stand there and kind of wait to get this one going. Everybody on Royse City's side is hopping and stomping, but not because of the score.
No, I think they're ready to go home.
Snap back up the middle, just a direct give. He'll cross the 45. They'll mark him about the 46. It'll be a 9-yard pickup for Royse City. 2nd down and 1 as we go under 11:30 left to go in the ballgame.
As Vincent Hayden with the carry chase. He's had some good moments here tonight. Most of them coming early, though, for the Royse City Bulldogs. 11:25, now 11. I was only gone for a few seconds. I thought, wow.
They held us here for a while.
Well, Hayden now will try to bounce it out to the left. He's got enough for a first down. He's going to be right at the sticks, it would appear, but he's driven backwards there at the very end. Well, the Maverick defense, I don't know who lit a fire underneath them, but Sheldon Williams right there. They're flying to the football right now.
And also number 19 for the Mavericks, which I don't have on our roster. Good tackle made there from the safety position. Maybe that's 18. That looks like Brandon Andrews, number 18 on the tackle there, came up as a safety.
New season, new names to get used to, man. The 47-yard line just short of a first down. Now Vance will throw it out to his left, has a wide receiver, and he's got the catch and got enough for a first down. And
boy, what a play, though, by Trell Patton. He came up and made the tackle. That was only a 2-yard pickup. Trell shucked his man out there and came up and made that tackle on the little wide receiver screen. Really, tell you what, Trell Patton, a more complete football player this year than last year. He's something to see.
Keandrick Morris with the catch. Trell Patton, just a great athlete overall. Because I'm going to see him all year. He'll be playing basketball, point guard for Coach Carson probably, and then a center fielder for Derek Dunaway and the Marshall Maverick baseball team as that handoff goes up the middle, across midfield into Maverick territory to about the 48-yard line. So a gain of about 3. Looks like we got a stoppage in play and perhaps an injured Maverick.
I tell you what, this is when you're waving the white flag. When you are down 62-13 and you're running a dive play, you are ready to go to the house. 10-10 left to go in the ball game. Again, 62-13, Marshall all over the Royse City Bulldogs, and a good opportunity to get a lot of folks on the field tonight for Coach Glenn Harper.
Marjay Smith coming back onto the field now. We'll play that defensive in position, that speed rush. As Vance has to keep it now, as there's nowhere to throw the football, and the pocket collapses on him. And to the 48-yard line, he'll actually pick up a yard.
That's another coverage sack there for Marshall. Jameek Smith-Hall in on the tackle along with number 9, Marjay Smith. So you're going to hear a lot of new names here as Marshall has cleared the bench.
So the football spotted at the 49-yard line, so no gain actually on that play. 62-13, Marshall all over the Bulldogs of Royse City tonight. 9.5 to go here tonight. Shotgun for Vance at the left hash. He'll fake the give, roll to his right, looking that way, throws underneath, and the catch is made, and the tackle is made immediately. And it's hard to see, again, that number far across the field.
I think that's 18, Brandon Andrews. Again,
looks like is that an 18 or a single 8?
No, that's an 18. He came flying across the field. Good job.
It sure is. Carrots.
And that was from the backside there. That was the backside safety.
Beta carotene.
That's right.
In your eyeballs.
Good job, Brandon Andrews. Good tackle.
4th down and 5 here for the Bulldogs. It's Vance. He'll keep it around the left side. It's going to close quickly, and he's not going to have enough for a first down, it would appear. We got a Bulldog that looks to be shaken up close to their sideline. It was hit pretty hard trying to put a block on Jalen Mitchell, and Jalen Mitchell ran right through his arm.
Hey, let me tell you what, though. Marshall is doing a much better job not only running to the football, but stretching the play. Marshall stretched that play all the way.
Use that 12th defender over there on that white chalk. And it will not be enough for a first down, so it'll be a turnover on down.
And there was a hold there that we'll
decline it.
We'll decline it.
Yeah, we don't need it, Don't make the kids run another play. 62-13, the Mavericks have exploded here tonight on opening night. Cameron Haller with 5 touchdowns. Chavis Mills has reached the end zone 3 times. What is that? That would make it. That's pretty much all your scoring right there.
Scores
You
right
got Well, didn't somebody else score? Somebody else has got to score tonight. So it's Chavis.
All on the ground.
Chavis and Cameron.
Chavis and Cameron.
That'd be 8 touchdowns. Yeah, 62 points. That's right. Goodness gracious. From the right hash, and if on cue, here's Chavis Mills. Stutter steps in the backfield. Breaks a couple of tackles before being grabbed around the lower part of the body and brought down just shy of midfield at the 48-yard line. A gain of 5 on first down. Second down and 5 upcoming for the Mavericks. Moving left to right on your radio dial. 8.5 left to go in this ball game. All Big Red tonight, 62-13 over the Bulldogs of Royse City.
You're about to see a whole lot of running. Chavis Mills is about to do a whole lot of running right here because Marshall just wants to keep pounding on the ground, and let's get back on the bus and head back to East Texas. And folks, we are not in East Texas anymore.
If we can find it.
And we are in another, Toto, you are not in Kansas anymore. This is a long way from Marshall, Texas.
And now we got a flag as the Mavericks will let the clock run down to 0 and take the delay of game penalty. Trying to run as much clock as they can without burning timeouts. So they're going to say, hey kids, if you want to keep playing, if you want to score, don't score. I don't know what I'm saying, Jason. I'm exhausted. It's been a long week, my friend. In a 62-13 game, you try to do everything you can to keep it entertaining, keep it light, keep it fun. I'm doing my part.
The defense has done much better in the second half.
Chavis Mills with a hole that closed quickly and almost broke another one there, but he gets back to that line of scrimmage that they had just moments ago before they took the delay of game penalty. So to bring up a 3rd down and 5 for the Mavericks. We'll see if they let the clock run down again.
I tell you what, Chavis Mills, you're not going to tackle him with one guy. You got to have somebody else with you. It takes 2, maybe 3. Keeps those legs moving, low to the ground. Powerful runner.
Have either one of them reached the century mark tonight?
Oh, yeah. Howler's well. I think Howler's going to be over. No, I don't think he is.
I'm telling you.
Just short.
He's got 5 touchdowns, but he hadn't had a whole lot of green grass to run on. This time, it'll be Chavis Mills again around the left side. Gets a block, slips down, and that's going to force the officials to blow the play dead right there at the 47-yard line. So the Mavericks will give the football back to the Royse City Bulldogs, and that one probably one of those mercy calls right there.
Yeah, when we lose a yard there on that one?
Yeah, and certainly that wasn't what Chavis was trying to do, but nonetheless slips down, puts his hand on the turf.
That'll bring up 4th down, so Marshall will punt.
Can we confirm that? Do we have a 100-yard rusher tonight?
I'm looking. I'm doing me a little math here. That's dangerous, I'll tell you. I think Chavis is going to be close.
Alan Martinez on to kick the football away, standing at his own 34-yard line.
Chavis,
on that left hash.
Chavis got 95 yards.
95 yards.
He's sneezing.
And they'll take another delay of game penalty, will the Mavericks, as they're getting close to the halfway point of this 4th quarter. Stick around. The Bancorp South post-game show is just around the corner. We also invite you to tune into our all-new East Texas scoreboard show. We got really cool features for you this year.
Mr. Haller.
Haller's got 108, so he's just over the century mark, but 5 touchdowns, Martinez just able to get it away, and it takes a Maverick bounce, and boy, he almost touched it, Chase.
He did.
He thought about it, but nonetheless, the Mavericks will down it inside the 25 at the 23-yard line, so that will be a 30-yard net punt for Alan Martinez. Not too bad.
I tell you what, to have started as sketchy as we did on defense, we really turned that wagon around quickly. I mean, they have really done well in the last 2 quarters, going into this 3rd and final quarter, or 4th and final quarter.
There's 4.
Well, the first quarter we didn't do too good there, man. We weren't rolling good there.
We've had long weeks. It's going to take us a minute to kind of get into the groove. I don't feel good about my performance tonight. You know what I mean? Hey, you always praise me.
We did good.
You're always the guy that you boost me up. You give me confidence. You tell me nice things. It makes me feel better. But it's been a rough night. Even though the Mavericks are up 62-13, now they're going to go with a little misdirection play in the backfield as Vance was moving left, handed it off to his tailback.
We used to call that the old counter tray. We ran that a lot here back in the early 90s, late 80s, counter tray. Marshall did a really good job there staying home on that backside end. Only 1 yard picked up, so good job there by the Maverick defense. 2nd down, a long 9, 5:23 left to go.
At the 26-yard line of Royse City, Vance takes a snap, rolls left, throws that way, and almost had the ball intercepted.
I think Terrell Patton said he did intercept
Well, we're going to see what the call is right here. I think, no, they're going to say that ball hit the ground. I thought it hit the ground. It looked like it hit the ground from my vantage point.
I couldn't tell. I tell you what, the official here on Royse City side was ready to give him the football. The official from Marshall's side comes all the way across and says, no, hit the ground. He did have the better angle. So that'll bring up third down and a long 8. It'll stop the clock with 5:11. That is the last thing Royse City
It's
wants to
mercy. You know, I mean, don't rub, you know what I'm saying? They're ready to get out of here.
They are ready to get out of here, but I tell
They
you
probably
what.
got DVR shows that come on Friday night. They got to get home, watch their DVR. By the way, the Rangers tonight win over the Baltimore Orioles 4-1. So the Rangers, those of you paying attention to that, still in that number 2 spot in the American League wild card race.
But it is football time. There's nobody listening about the Rangers.
Vance is going to go down for a sack, taken down at the 16-yard line. We got a host of Marshall Mavericks. Looked like a number 91 was in there.
Yep.
Markevian Silman.
Yep, and that's number 3, DeAndre Osborne. Everybody had a big party back at the quarterback, and that's a big loss. That's going to be a loss of about 10. That'll drive them all the way back to the, what is that, the 16-yard line?
That'd be the 17. Looks like the 17 from my vantage point.
Yeah, it is 17-yard line. So they've got to get
in
all
Waco,
the way up.
that's 16.
They've got to get all the way up to the, what, 34-yard line?
Well, they got a long way to go. It's 4th down and 18. We take down to 4.5 minutes left to play here tonight. Marshall all over the Royse City Bulldogs, 62-13. Jamie Horton, Chase Palmer, Reginald T. Cooper with you. Emily Salee on the video replay. By the way, again, Marshall Cable Channel 19 will have that for you on Tuesday nights, as there will be a stoppage in play here. A timeout is taken, I do believe. We're going to go ahead and take one with them, Chase. Pay a couple of bills. What do you say?
Sounds good to me.
62-13, Marshall on top, 4:18 left to play here tonight. Maverick football continues in a moment.
Certified Collision and Glass for auto, pickup, truck, 18-wheeler repair. Certified Collision and Glass also specializes in body and glass repair, from a rock chip to a complete installation. Now, Certified Collision and Glass has added the equipment and completed the training to repair the all-aluminum 2015 Ford F-150 pickup truck. Certified Collision and Glass, Highway 59 next to Marshall Ford in Marshall, Texas. Certified Collision and Glass, leading the way in collision repair.
Outstanding performance, broader coverage options, high quality, top priority service, and claims processing. All faster than a blue streak. Brown Rig Insurance has earned Blue Streak agent status from the Central Insurance Company. The knowledgeable, experienced staff at Brown Rig are committed to providing you the very best in service, protection, and peace of mind. Visit our offices in Marshall or Jefferson, or contact us at 903-938-8888. Brown Rig Insurance, your hometown Blue Streak agent.
Well, so we might get our first opportunity to see Terrell Patton return a punt this season. Anytime the football's in his hands, good things happen. It's a high snap. The ball is kicked away. They're going to kick it away from him. Way away from him on the opposite side of the field. Terrell Patton, as soon as he saw the ball leave his foot, he walked towards the sidelines. That's funny. That's good stuff right there. The ball goes out of bounds at the Maverick 48-yard line, so that's where they'll have the football with 4:18 left to go here tonight. And I have a question for you. You know, this is it was probably 10, 15, I don't know, a long time ago. I remember when Oklahoma was really, 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 really good, right?
Mm-hmm.
I forget who they were playing, but they were up. It was like 80-something to something or another. They had a chance to score 100 points, and Stoops took knees at the goal line. How do you feel about that? Like, is that one of those deals where, you know, would you feel worse if people started taking knees at the goal line, especially on national TV, or you just want to score? You know,
I think that shows good sportsmanship. I mean,
I know I'm talking about it from a player's perspective. How would you feel about it?
Oh, if I was the one having the knee taken on?
Right. Wouldn't you rather them score?
I don't know.
No?
I'd rather get in the locker room.
Rather go
I'd
home,
rather do.
eat some pizza?
That's right. Look, we're about to take some knees.
Yeah.
Looks like.
I think that's what we're going to do. I think we're going to go ahead and we're going to get in victory formation with 4 minutes left to play. As the white flag has been raised by the Royse City Bulldogs.
Yeah, that's interesting because I promise you if we ran some plays right here, we'd score.
Well, the reason I asked is because it didn't look like they were going to do anything other than run a victory formation.
I guess we'll do that in punt. I'll tell you what's been impressive to me since the first quarter, and correct me if I'm wrong, and I can't remember if they got past midfield in the second quarter, but I know that Royse City has not passed the 50 in the second half.
No, I think they were there in the second quarter, maybe. It's been so long ago, Chase. As they'll snap it here again and take a knee. Oh, see, Royse City's taking a little bit. That's what I'm saying. They're going to take a little bit of exception to it.
Yeah, if they're going to come in there like that, we ought to run a couple plays.
Well, that's what I'm saying. If you're a player, you know, it might bother you a little bit. And Royse City, one of the guys, took a little bit of exception to it. He kind of charged in a little bit too much. The coach is getting on him, though, letting him know that they're letting you get out of here, gentlemen.
Yeah. 3:07 left to go in the ball game. Marshall 62, Royse City 13, as Marshall's just trying to get back on the bus and head back to Maverick Town.
Maverick Town.
Tell you what, while we're doing
Did
this,
he say negative town?
I said Maverick Town.
I know, but I thought Reggie said negative town.
Let's take a look at some scores around the area that will be of concern to Marshall folks.
Yeah, timeout is called here. We're going to keep it right here. We're going to keep it right here for the remainder of regulation.
Hey, listen to this one, Jamie. Pine Tree, who has been woefully bad over the last several seasons.
But they've had a good offense.
37-9. They're up 37-9, 6:30 to go in the fourth quarter. Texas High up 48-14 with 7:41 to go over White House. Mount Pleasant down to Paris. Paris up 44-14 with 6:48 left to go in the fourth. And here's a barn burner, 24-19, Hallsville over Carthage with 8 minutes left to play in that one.
24-19, you say?
24-19, Hallsville with the lead.
Now Marshall, again, here will let the clock run down to 0, take another delay of game penalty, and that runs the clock all the way down to 2 minutes and 2 seconds left for regulation.
Oh, listen to this, the final. The Longview Lobos beat Lufkin 21-20 in Longview. So that sounds like a whale of a football game. Rockwall Heath over Sulphur Springs 43-17.
Well, so what are we doing here? Okay, so Marshall's going to go ahead and kick this football away. It's 4th down and 18 Mavericks as they've gone backwards here. So they'll lose some statistical gratification, so to speak.
As Reggie Cooper just said, he's not counting that. I kind of agree with that. I don't think we should count that.
Those stats don't count.
Those don't count.
Fair enough. Martinez standing at his own 20. Looks like somebody's in the neutral zone. No flags. Martinez, another good high kick. Fair catch called for and made at the 39-yard line for the Royse City Bulldogs as we're under 2 minutes now. 1:56 left to go here tonight, 62-13. And that echo you hear in the room, there's nobody left in the stands.
Yeah, it's the Royse City folks have headed to the house except for mamas and daddies. And this is a tough way to open the season. I mean, when you come in and you're home.
Especially the way you kind of hung in there early. I mean,
yeah, but you know they did this last season. If you recall, they kind of hung in there for a little while. It was a 13-point game, and then Marshall kind of blew it open, much like tonight. 1:56 left to go in the ballgame. 62-13 our score. Royse City's going to be in a weird formation. They'll hand it off right up the middle. He'll scamper around over the 45. They'll mark him down at the 48. He'll be about 2 yards shy of a first down. Needs to get right at midfield for a first down as we go under 143. Royse City running what looked like the old 3-back there. And they'll do it again here. 3 backs in the backfield, one on either side of the quarterback and a fullback right behind the tackle. They'll hand it off right up the middle. He'll bounce it to the outside across the 50, and they'll mark him right about the 50-yard line. It'll be enough for a first down. The clock will stop momentarily. Nope, Royse City's not going to stop that clock on that first down. They're going to let that puppy run, and we'll go under 113. And about 2 more plays should do it tonight. Here from Royse City, again, Marshall 62, Royse City 13. Double split each side. Royse City in the shotgun. They'll hand it off again right up the middle. They'll cross the 50 down to the 45, down to the 43.
Under a minute to go now as we tick down. 50 seconds left to go here on opening night of the 2015 campaign. Marshall on top of the Royse City Bulldogs, 62-13. And, boy, Chase, here's the deal. Even though there's 62 points on the board, it's a huge win. There's still so many things that this Maverick team needs to correct, and that when you can score 62 points and not play your best football.
Oh, that's right.
I don't know what that says about your football team, but I do know that it means that the people that you've got to play have a lot to worry about.
You know, as we go under 30 seconds, now we're under 20 seconds. There'll be one more play in this football game. Handoff right up the middle. He'll bounce it to the outside. Mavericks there to make the tackle. They'll bring him down. It's a first down, but we'll go under 10 seconds. They will not stop.
That'll be the final play. Yeah, that'll be the final play of the game. The Bancorp South Post game show is next. Stay tuned for all of that as we'll get some statistics up here for you in just a second. Your final score here tonight, Marshall 62, the Royse City Bulldogs 13. Stick around. The Bancorp South postgame show is next. Maverick football continues in a moment.
Football is a contact sport. And at Bancorp South, banking is too. As proud supporters of local sports, we believe building strong relationships starts by making some contact of our own. From getting to know each customer to being an active part of the entire community. So whether you have checking, savings, investment, or loan needs, you can know that at Bancorp South, every day is game day. Stop by your local branch or visit BancorpSouth.com. After all, we're right where you are. Bancorp South, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Certified Collision and Glass for auto, pickup, truck, 18-wheeler repair. Certified Collision and Glass also specializes in body and glass repair from a rock chip to a complete installation. Now, Certified Collision and Glass has added the equipment and completed the training to repair the all-aluminum 2015 Ford F-150 pickup truck. Certified Collision and Glass, Highway 59 next to Marshall Ford in Marshall, Texas. Certified Collision and Glass, leading the way in collision repair.
This is Matt Moore, General Manager at Marshall Ford Lincoln. You've got to come check us out for our summer sales event. We have 0% financing available for up to 72 months on 8 different Ford vehicle lines, and every single Lincoln line has 0% available as well. In fact, you can lease a brand new Navigator for just $5.99 a month. So come and see us on Highway 59 South. It's Marshall Ford Lincoln, your 8-time winner of Ford's prestigious President's Award for outstanding customer satisfaction.
Kinco Pools is Marshall's most recommended builder for custom pools and spas. That's because Kinco is a full-service company with chemicals, parts, and supplies for all your maintenance needs. Kinco is licensed and bonded to design and build the pool of your dreams for a price your budget can't afford. Now's the time to visit Kinco Pools and Spas in their new location on Sedbury Street, across from Walmart in Marshall. For repair and service, Kinco recommends Marshall Specialist Just Complete Pool Service.
School's back. Time to dust off that backpack, sharpen your pencils, and save big on the most important tool of all, super fast internet. For a limited time, when you get Fidelity's high-speed internet with blazing fast 100 meg download speeds, we'll give you 200 channels of free TV for a year, or choose 20 meg internet for just $29.99 a month for a year. As always, there's no data caps, no contract, and free installation. Call your local Fidelity office today, or order online at fidelitycommunications.com/freetv.
Choosing an insurance agency to handle all your insurance needs can be time-consuming and sometimes confusing. The professional staff at Brown Rig Insurance Agency wants to put your mind at ease. The staff at Brown Rig Insurance will bring their knowledge and experience to the table and provide you with cost-effective insurance solutions. Come by 303 West Austin in Marshall or 110 East Lafayette in Jefferson, or call 903-938-8888 and let Brown Rig Insurance take the worry out of protecting your valuable assets.
Football and brisket, bluebonnets in springtime. In Texas, some things are better together. Like at Texas Farm Bureau Insurance, where a home policy just isn't the same without auto coverage to help bring your rates down. The state fair and fine stuff? Can't have one without the other. Moments worth covering are never accidents.
For your insurance needs in Marshall, Hallsville, and Harrison County, call Debbie Gary at 903-660-2600.
Discounts may vary by situation.
At Marshall ISD, we develop strategies and initiatives to give our students and staff the best possible chance for success. We want students to be prepared and ready to pursue their continuing education goals upon graduation. Our extracurricular programs and activities produce memorable experiences for our students outside of the classroom and help encourage our students to become part of creating better communities. Marshall ISD, focused on success, enriching experiences, making a world of difference.
Happy totals on the Bancorp South post game show. The Mavericks will go home a happy winner tonight, 62-13 to get to 1-0 here in 2015. As we're still totaling up some numbers here, Chase Palmer sitting to my right is going to help me out with a few of these statistical things and the numbers and stuff. He went to Baylor, so they did numbers and and
ready?
Pie charts and graphs. And
here we go.
What else? NASDAQ, Dow Jones.
There you go. Well, after the Mavericks had 263 total yards in the first half, we only added 116 in the second, so we'll finish with 379 total yards, 112 rushing in the first, 86 rushing in the second.
I'd venture to guess that all of those second half totals came in the third.
Yes, because we sat on the football and did nothing in the fourth. Here are our final statistical leaders. Haller on 11 carries had 108 yards and 5 touchdowns. Mills on 10 carries had 94 yards and 3 touchdowns. Patton had 5 yards on 1 carry. Hart had 6 yards on 1 carry. Passing tonight, Hart was very efficient, 10 for 12 for 130 yards. And Haller had 5 yards on 2 of 2. Let's see here. The Mavericks, again, finished with 379 yards of total offense. And Royse City had 261 yards of total offense, but most of that came in that first period, or that first quarter, rather. After that, the Mavericks pretty much shut them down. They had 113 yards total rushing, 148 yards total passing, and some of the plays of the game is you had a big reception and run by Patton there right before the half. That was something to see, a 52-yard reception from him. The receiving tonight, Patton had 4 for 84 yards, Dabbs 3 for 19, Archield 1 for 44, Garrett 1 for 15, and Moore 1 for 9. So very efficient night for the Marshall Mavericks, and a lot of good things to see out of the backfield in Haller and Mills.
Yeah, and those stats brought to you by Century 21, a select group, and Brad Burris, Marshall ISD school board member. It's all kind of one and the same here for you. A family-owned and operated office that strives to provide the high quality of service that individuals expect from a Century 21 office. Excuse me, Chase, I'm sorry. Century 21, a select group, simply the best choice for all your real estate needs. Proud to be the #1 real estate company in Marshall and conveniently located in downtown at 215 East Travis. And, of course, you know Brad Burris, the outstanding school board member, encourages the entire community to support the efforts of Marshall ISDs. They seek to maximize the potential of all Marshall ISD students. Let's go, Mavs. Again, you heard those happy totals. The Mavericks win going away, 379 yards of total offense, and the only reason they didn't have any more is because most of the time tonight they started on the other side of the field. They didn't have to have a lot of long, sustained drives tonight, but the drives that they did have, they took advantage of them and they punched it in. I think all but a couple of them, and a couple of those they weren't trying to score. So there you go. That'll always lead you to a 62-13 win. The Mavericks win going away. They're 1-0 in 2015. You're listening to the Bancorp South post-game show. We're going to take a break and be back to wrap this one up for you. Preview next week and go ahead and give you a Carlisle Law Firm player of the game in just a moment. 62-13, again, your final score. The Mavericks get it done. Stay tuned. Maverick football continues in a moment.
Football is a rough game and often a cruel one.
That was wrong. I'm sorry. Let me try this again. Here we go.
Football is a contact sport. And at Bancorp South, banking is too. As proud supporters of local sports, we believe building strong relationships starts by making some contact of our own. From getting to know each customer to being an active part of the entire community. So whether you have checking, savings, investment, or loan needs, you can know that at Bancorp South, every day is game day. Stop by your local branch or visit BancorpSouth.com. After all, we're right where you are. Bancorp South, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Cruising a Padre with the top down was the best. That was before we had the kids, all 3 of them. We went from 2-seater to sedan to minivan. Joy rides to family trips, detailing to fixing dents from bikes and skateboards.
Why fast forward? Keep up with Texas Farm Bureau insurance and protection that changes as fast as your taste in cars. It's the right coverage for any moment, because moments worth covering are never accidents.
For your insurance needs in Marshall, Hallsville, and Harrison County, call Debbie Gary at 903-660-2600.
For all things Marshall Maverick football, join me, Jamie Horton, and the head coach of your Marshall Mavericks, Clint Harper, every Tuesday night from 7 to 8 during the football season for Tuesday Night Football with the Coach. Brought to you by the Andrews Group. Listen live and hear it first as we break down and preview every week of exciting Marshall Maverick football. That's Tuesday Night Football with the Coach, brought to you by the Andrews Group.
Roten Horton's 506 East End Boulevard, the Whirlpool washer and dryer with a new touchscreen technology. The machine will remember your setting. Energy efficient, easy on the fabric, and the dryer will be a gentle dry with higher moisture removal, extending the life and the wear of the fabric. Consider this washer and dryer combination now. Also, KitchenAid and Maytag. Sizzling summer sales on now at Roden's Appliances, 506 East End Boulevard, where they sell only appliances and they service what they sell.
Certified Collision and Glass, 4008 Easton Boulevard South, Marshall, Texas. Eric Nichols and his staff will hook you up with complete collision repair and have your car looking like it came from the factory. Now, no one wants to be in an accident, but hey, happens. Certified Collision and Glass will provide you with free estimates and a lifetime warranty. Certified Collision and Glass is also iCar certified. Go see the pros at Certified Collision and Glass, 4008 Easton Boulevard South in Marshall.
At Marshall ISD, we develop strategies and initiatives to give our students and staff the best possible chance for success. We want students to be prepared and ready to pursue their continuing education goals upon graduation. Our extracurricular programs and activities produce memorable experiences for our students outside of the classroom and help encourage our students to become part of creating better communities. Marshall ISD, focused on success, enriching experiences, making a world of difference.
For generations, folks looking for a new car, truck, or SUV have trusted Chevrolet, America's #1 automaker. And for 3 generations, East Texans have trusted family-owned Niles Chevrolet in Marshall. Whether you're looking for a sporty Cobalt, a rugged Silverado, or the redesigned Tahoe, our folks will work with you to get the best possible deal. It's what we've done at Niles for 70 years. Treat you fairly. No wonder everyone seems to leave Niles with smiles. Niles Chevrolet, 4801 Easton Boulevard South, Marshall.
At Panola National Bank, we're constantly looking for ways to make community banking even better. Now we're making it easier for you to bank on the go with Mobile PNB. Our new mobile banking service allows you to access your accounts directly from your cell phone, so you can make transfers, check balances, and search transactions all from the convenience of your cell phone or tablet. Be sure to check out our new free mobile apps in the iTunes Store and the Google Play Store. Panola National Bank, member FDIC, and an equal housing lender.
is game number 1 of the 2015 football season is in the books. We'll be back home next Friday night, 7:30, as the Mavericks will play host to the Crandall Pirates. It is time now on the Bay Corp South post-game show to select a player of the game. And, well, I tell you what, there's a couple of guys, especially the way the defense kind of struggled there at the beginning. But the Travian Macon coming on there in that second quarter and then the second half, that's a young sophomore defensive player that we got to keep our eyes on, and he's also the one who had the pick 6 on the deflection. So he was everywhere, especially in the middle part of this football game. But look, when a kid scores 5 touchdowns and has 108 yards, it's hard not to pick Cameron Haller as your Carlisle Law Firm player of the game. At Carlisle Law Firm, their practice is about doing what's right. It's about supporting and protecting the people in our community. Scott and Casey Carlisle believe that helping our fellow neighbors keeps our community strong. At Carlisle Law Firm, they care about their clients, and they care about you. Regardless of the legal issue you face, their team is ready to provide the support and guidance that you need. So when you're ready to talk, they're ready to listen. Carlisle Law Firm, 903-472-5141, or visit carlislelawfirm.com. Cameron Haller, your Carlisle Law Firm player of the game here for game number 1 of the 2015 season. Joe? Sir, you have directions? You know how to get us back out of here?
Yes.
I'm ready to go home.
We don't
You
have
ready
to
to
go
go
through Oklahoma either.
That's good. We're not that far, are we? We could go hit 30 and then get to 75, and then I think we're closer to a casino here than we are home, going to Shreveport. I'm not saying we need to go to a casino or anything. I'm just, as far as comparing where we are. Anyway, it doesn't matter. That's going to do it. From our broadcast partner, Chase Palmer, Reginald T. Cooper, Emily Salee, Joe Martino, 1-0. I'm Jamie Horton. We'll see you next Friday night. Until next time, take care of yourselves, East Texas. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.
been listening to Marshall Maverick Football on KMHT. Tonight's broadcast was made possible by Marshall Ford, Panola National Bank, Niles Chevrolet, Kenco Pools, Spas, and Billiards, Jeff's Complete Pool Service.
The Marshall Independent School District.